looks like we got a new friend! Hi everyone, and welcome to BB's Place, the last stream in the 12-hour stream. But before we say hello to V and all of the wonderful faces around this stream, please take a moment to check out all of our links. We've got all of our social links there, all of the places you can find, ways to support us, sponsor links, discount codes, all that sort of thing. The bot is spamming them at you now. Big thank you to Magehand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing, who make the stream possible with their sponsorships. V! Oh, hi! How you doing?
Oh, hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm very much looking forward to this one. So, hi everyone, I'm V. I'm the Crafting Muse, and I will be your DM for this evening. And I can't wait to bring these wonderful players into BB's Place, because for those of you who've been watching during those lovely afternoon games, you've become a little bit familiar with this environment. So, this is going to be a fun one tonight, I think. I have a very good feeling about it.
Awesome, and very excited. Oh, I think we've got. Is it fair to say we've got a whole cast of like pro streamers this evening? I think so, nearly. Yeah, awesome.
So
very excited.
Close to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I count. Like, let's go around and say hello to everyone. Why don't you say hello? Introduce us to yourselves. I'll pop as many links as I know into the chat, and you can pop any more in and introduce us to your character. Why don't we start with RandomTuesday or Lauren? Oh, hi. Welcome.
Oh, good. You got me. I was like,
totally wasn't looking. I'm sorry.
From the flu, so I'm just full of fluids. You're welcome. Hi everyone. If you don't know who I am, my name's RandomTuesday. I am a professional streamer in the sense that I stream, and sometimes I also make costumes, and I also stream a lot of other RPGs on Twitch. I know you have rated Geek Space TV many times, Scratticus. Thank you. That is one of the places, and then Roll For It is and the Dungeons and Dragons channel. So I'm going to learn how to play a different class today. And yeah, we'll see how well I remember all of this stuff.
Awesome, fantastic. Yeah, very excited to have you here. And I'm sorry that I always raid just as everyone's wrapping up. Whether it's your channel or Geeks Beast TV, it always seems to be the way. Thank you. Next around, we welcome TimLanning. Oh, hi!
Hey, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me. My name's TimLanning. I think the reason I'm here is I'm on the podcast Drunks and Dragons. You can find it on where iTunes are. Also, I'm the co-owner of Geekly Inc., which does all sorts of other board games, books. It's a website, right? And yeah, I'm playing Marquise Durian Appleman, a divine sorcerer of Ilmater, I'm going with, I think. And I've played a sorcerer in the past, but I've never done the divine one. And they seem to be very silly, and I'm excited about it.
Awesome, thank you so much. Pleasure to have you. Last but most certainly not least, except for me. I suppose I'm last, so you're definitely not last or least. TornPixie Twitch, who we may recognize from Monday nights.
Hello, I'm TornPixie, and I will be playing Willow, who is a divination, School of Divination wizard. You can find me on TornPixie on Twitch, as well as TornPixie Twitch on Twitter and Instagram. I stream D&D on my channel. I play on other channels I am here Monday nights. I'm excited for the last episode of Conan. You can also find me on Geeky Bugbear, where we do fairy tales, as well as I run a podcast, RPG Unlimited, where I interview people in the tabletop role-playing game sphere, writers, artists, developers, players, GMs. If you're in that sphere, I interview. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. And thank you for coming along late tonight for the finale of our 12-hour stream. We just got our first donation in. Thank you very much, Michael Wayne, who gives a re-roll to Lauren and says for the N7 support. Rerolls on this channel, we have rerolls. You may use that reroll whenever a dice hits the table. It doesn't have to be your dice, it can be any dice. You can call for it to be rerolled, and we will take the second roll no matter what it is. Me. Hi, I'm playing Friar Robert Stafford, who may be based on a fictional character. They are a light domain cleric / jazz bar employee. You may recognize me from channels such as this one. Hi everyone, let's pass on to V quickly before I get struck by delirium or something. I don't know, I'm going crazy over here.
Oh, it's going to be so good. If you like this already, this is going to be great. Absolutely wonderful. All right, so we're going to get into things now. So essentially, you've all been brought to this lovely establishment by personal invitation from the proprietress, Bibi Beltane. And she had sent out a letter probably about a couple weeks ago saying that your reputation has preceded you. She's heard some excellent things about you. And if you'd be so kind, she would love to have you join her for this particular weekend. And if you could please make sure to make it over to this particular location at this particular time, she will take care of the rest. And the information has been written on this letter that you received from her. And you had read through that letter, you got to the location, you had waited and waited. And suddenly, as you're sitting there waiting and holding the letter, checking it once again, you found yourself going into sort of this darkness after seeing this letter start glowing these interesting colors of blues and purples. And when everything kind of came back to, you found yourself in this establishment that was definitely very well cared for, rather fancy schmancy, and filled with people just having a grand old time and happy to be there. And you were instantly whisked away by the lovely receptionist, Evie. She made sure that you got checked in. You were escorted up to your taken care of for you rooms. And on each of your beds, you found a little note that said you are cordially invited to a private dinner with Bibi Bianca Beltane. Mm-hmm. So you've pretty much spent most of the day getting yourselves prepared. You've kind of wandered around a little bit, gotten slight lay of the land, but most of it's been spent getting ready for the evening because according to Evie, Bibi likes to make sure that everyone has a great time, but she also likes to make sure it's fancy. So at this point, you're each in your individual rooms when you hear a knock at your door. What would you like to do?
Answer it.
You can answer it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So as you answer the door, there is this sharply dressed waiter standing there. Your presence has been requested. Miss Beltane is waiting for you down in the private dining room. She asked that you meet Mickey at the fireplace.
Okay, and where is that exactly? Do I know where that is?
You would have the sense where it was. It's basically if you go down, there's 2 staircases in the main area. So either the staircases, if you go down the staircases to the first floor, okay, you're going to see the fireplace basically at the back wall between the 2 fireplaces.
I'll just say thank you very much. I'll be there in time.
Excellent. And what about the rest of you?
Willow would have certainly answered the door as well.
All right. Similar situation, another waiter saying, make sure you meet Mickey down at the fireplace. Everything is ready for your presence.
Andy was asleep. She had a whole day off. She was still asleep.
I love it.
I imagine, do they keep knocking?
Oh, they keep knocking, yes.
An awkward 5 minutes after the first knock. Yeah, what?
Pardon me, miss.
Go away. She throws a shoe at the door.
And it's going to be quiet for like probably another 5 minutes. And then you're going to hear like a lighter rapping. Honey, Candy honey, it's Evie. Remember? You had dinner tonight?
You okay in there, honey? Need some help?
I was napping.
Well, that's nice,
What do you
but Miss
want?
Beltane's waiting for you. Remember?
Fine.
Unless you want to pick up the tab yourself, I suggest you get yourself gorgeous and down there as soon as you can.
As soon as there's a threat, she's gonna have to pay for anything. She's like flings off all the covers. She's like, I'm ready, and just pops out of bed already wearing everything. Smears some makeup on her face and follows whatever directions she understood. She probably gets lost.
I'd like to hide near the door to where we're going to make sure I'm the last person to arrive.
Okay, so if you want to do that, when you go down the staircases, there's sort of these potted palms on either side. You could very easily tuck behind one of these things and kind of be.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I got an 18 stealth. That that's what I'm doing. I'm standing behind a plant.
Love it. Okay, perfect. So yeah, you're kind of tucked behind one of the potted plants. And what about the good friar?
The door knocks. Yes. You can hear like bottles moving as it's like scraping, bottles scraping sounds.
You okay in there, sir?
Yes, just opening the door, and I'll open the door. What is it?
Miss Beltane's waiting for you down for your private dinner that she's invited you to, sir.
One moment. Close the door.
No problem.
Just counts to 10, breathing. Okay, let's go.
Oh, all right. And he'll escort you down because he's a little bit concerned having heard the ruckus in your room. So George is he's going to be walking ahead of you and kind of looking over his shoulder for something. You do recall that you had a dinner tonight with Ms. Beltane, right?
Yes.
Okay, just follow me, sir, friar, sir, and you're gonna meet Mickey down at the fireplace. So George is gonna lead the friar down, and at this point, everyone's sort of gathered around the fireplace. The Marquise is missing for some odd reason, even though Mickey's asking the waiter who was sent up to retrieve him. He goes, no, he was told. He said he's gonna come down, and you kind of see Mickey kind of cross her arms and tap her foot a little bit, and she's looking at the three of you.
I think at that point I'd pop out. Yeah.
All right.
Late. You know how it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, time's funny like that. Going down the stairs, taking a whole minute and a half, maybe.
We're all busy people.
Aren't we all? Yeah, aren't we all? All right. Well, Miss Beltane has made sure that you have a nice private dining experience tonight as part of your deal for this weekend. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I will make sure you get down there and situated and comfortable. So let's go this way. And she's going to start walking over towards the right-hand side of the establishment. And underneath each of the staircases, one is basically a closet, and the other one is a set of stairs that goes down into the basement area. So as you're going down this basement stairs, it's turned into sort of like stone walls and stone steps. So as you're going down, you're hearing your heels clicking on the stairs. And Mickey is just walking confidently ahead of you. And when you get down to the landing of the stairs, you're basically in this area that you can tell is sort of like more of like the private club for the VIPs of BB's place. It's essentially a really fancy wine cellar, downstairs bar. Over to one side, you'll see these massive kegs that have been set up where clearly they must have some really good wine in these particular barrels. And there's actually a small bar that's kind of tucked in between all of these. And you see at the level of the bar, these long greenish ears sort of poking over the top, and every so often someone will lean over, you hear some clattering, and all of a sudden a glass will pop up on top of the bar. And you see that Mickey's kind of taking everything in and nodding her head that everything's, going according to plan. And she's also making sure that no one is looking. And when she feels that everything's set and ready to go, she pushes her hand against one of the panels of the walls, and it opens up, and she quickly ushers you into a new room. In here, please. This is your private dining area.
But the bar's over there.
Oh, honey, there's a better one in here.
Okay.
Sold!
So as you go in, you're going to see that you are definitely in what must be BB's private stash, because it is this gorgeous room with dark wood paneling, and there are these wine racks that line either side of this room, and it is filled to the hilt with different wine bottles. Some of them are dusty, so it's hinting to the fact these are probably finer wines that she's keeping on hand. And along with that, there are a couple of beer kegs that are set up on one corner area of this as well. And in the center of this room is this gorgeous mahogany table with these sumptuous red velvet cushioned seats. And there's a waiter standing at 4 of these seats, basically waiting for each of you to sit down and help get you pushed in. So they're pretty much waiting for you to choose where you would like to go if you want to sit down and that type of thing. And Mickey is standing there sort of at attention, and she's got, basically a bar towel folded over her arm, and she's, ushering you and signaling to you to take a seat.
Which seat is facing the door?
None of them are actually facing the door.
Okay.
They're more flanked facing each other with a door, say, on the north wall.
Cool. I'll do the one that's farthest from the door.
Left or right-hand side?
Let's go left.
Left-hand side. Okay. So we're going to have Durian sitting at the furthest left. And what about the lovely Willow? What would Willow be doing at this point?
I think Willow will take the seat next to the Marquess.
Okay. And Candy?
Candy sits in whatever seat is closest. It may not be one of the ones at the table at first. If there's an extra chair, she would have sat down and been
It's
like,
basically the table
"Oh, you
chairs,
want
so it's like probably like
the fancy chair."
the
All
waiter,
right.
the waiter's actually looking a little nervous, like, yeah, this
She just like sits down whichever one's closest. Fill me up, waiter.
he's very startled when I have a feeling like you've plunked down in the seat, and he's kind of like, do you want me to
Wait, she's
push you in?
wearing like a flapper dress, but does not sit like she is wearing one.
I love it. So this
Gives you the impression these are not her clothes.
wonderful. So the waiter's actually going to try and sort of like push you into the table a little bit because it's been pulled back a little ways. And excuse me, ma'am, I'll make sure you're comfortable. And he's just kind of nudging it a little bit just to get you situated. And that leaves basically the friar with the other seat across from the Marquez.
Sort of squeeze. Is the room quite large? Because
Yes.
if there's any sort of
Yeah.
tight space, he'll probably find a way to have to squeeze through it. He's an overweight man, but he doesn't like to think that he is, so he proves it to himself sometimes by going through tight spaces.
Yeah, same, buddy. Same.
You could probably force it if you wanted to.
Yep. No need to push in. I'm fine. And pull the chair way
Are you
out.
trying to get behind Candy?
Yes.
She doesn't help you at all.
No, good.
She like actively leans back in her chair and she's like, I'm sorry. Did you?
No.
No, it's. Are you
Absolutely
You
fine.
sure?
In fact, as he's going past and he sees that you're getting filled up by the waiter, he also grabs a glass and he's like, please, like mid squeeze.
So
it's a mess. Something knocks over on the table.
this is where you need like those, those background comedy things going on. So now that you all are relatively settled, Mickey's going to stand at the end of the table, basically with her back to the door in which you've come in, and the door has been shut now to ensure your privacy. And she looks at all 4 of you. I'm assuming that you'd all like to wet your whistle with a refreshing drink. Obviously, we have the wine right here at hand. If you'd like to have some wine, I could run upstairs and make up a cocktail for you if you'd rather one of those. We do have some nice brews as well, depending if you want to have something a little bit more bubbly and beer in that persuasion. Just let me know what sounds good to you. I could also go back over the wine list for you if you'd prefer. It's completely up to whatever each of you would prefer to have.
How close are the wine bottles to where they're sitting?
You would have to get up and probably take a couple strides.
Okay. Could someone, say, who is dexterous at leaning in a chair, accidentally grab one?
Let's do it.
If she's far away, that's fine. But Candy definitely would have tried to swipe one if she could have.
It's debatable because you could have the waiter potentially catch the chair for you. So why don't you roll a dex check, and I'm going to just see
Cool.
if
Acrobatics.
Oh yeah, let's go with acrobatics on that one.
That is her. Nope. Oh, nope. Candy falls over in her chair. Roll a 1. She's like, bam.
And at this point, the waiter who's been helping you, he actually squeals like a little girl, like, and now he's trying to help you get up and pick up the chair at the same time. So there's this whole kerfuffle going on. And Mickey's going to look down at you. Yeah, you'll live. What about the rest of you?
Are you okay, lovely?
That's fine. I was just stretching. No. Yep, just I like to stay limber after a nap.
Okay. I think I'll have a gin and tonic, if you please.
Lovely, not a problem at all. A gin and tonic for Miss Willow. What about you, Mr. Marquez?
You have any local reds?
Oh, absolutely. Would you care to hear the list?
Just bring something that you think might. You invited. I was invited here, so I assume you know a little bit about me.
All right, so something a little bit more on the drier side with that little bit of a woody undertone then?
Oh my God, yes.
Excellent. And you, good friar?
Yes. Now, tell me, do you have those nice dwarven ales, the ones that come in the little things?
Well, we actually do, believe it or not. Is there a particular one you had in mind, or I could tell you what we have on tap?
Oh, choice. Just give me the third and the fifth one down.
The third and the fifth one down? Okay. All right, that won't be a problem. And Miss Candy, now that you have yourself situated.
Just a champagne.
We can absolutely do a champagne. Would you prefer more of a rosé style of a spumante, or do you want a...
I definitely know what the difference between all of those things are. I would like the second one you said.
Noted. All right, folks, why don't you take a little minute to get to know each other. Ms. Beltane will be down soon, and I shall return shortly with your drinks. In the meantime, I was told that Cal has made a point to have a menu already prepared for you. So to start off, you are going to enjoy a nice shrimp cocktail. And for your salad, it is a fresh greens with a little bit of arugula and some fresh seasonal berries with a balsamic vinaigrette dressing. For your main course, you have the option, and it will be coming down, not to worry, you can have both if you so choose, of a beautiful roast duck along with his classic crawdaddy bash. So that is essentially his mix of crawfish, as they're normally called, along with some nice corn on the cob cooked along with it. And then for your dessert, you will have the option of a creme brulee or a chocolate mousse.
Wonderful, thank you.
Like a whole moose?
Oh God.
Not the kind with horns, sweetheart. More the kind that's, chocolatey and frothy and served in a pretty glass.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like pudding. It's kind
That
of
makes
like
more sense than
Like
what
put-
I was thinking.
Exactly, like a pudding. It's like a really good pudding. You'll enjoy the experience, I promise.
Sounds delicious. I like chocolate.
It's like if you could take pudding and turn it into silk in your mouth.
That's a very good way of putting it. And you see her writing that down.
silk is like cotton, kind of.
All right, folks, I will be back shortly. For now, enjoy the ambience, and the lady will be with you soon. And you see Mickey walk off, only she doesn't go back through that secret door that you all came through. You actually see her turn a corner around one of the wine racks, and you hear her audibly going up a set of stairs.
Do you think she's coming back?
Probably, yes.
He seems to be the head waiter, so I would assume so.
Good.
They did take our drink orders, so it'd be a little weird not to.
I know there's a bar in here, there's a bar out there. I'm just wondering why they've gone upstairs is all.
It's true. Maybe there's something weird about the bar out there. Has anyone been here before?
No, not at all.
No, this is my first time.
She did say that if you want a cocktail, go upstairs. And Willow, was it? you got a gin and tonic, right? So maybe she's going up there to get the gin and tonic.
But why would you separate your bars? I mean, I've been to a lot of bars. They don't normally separate them.
Well, that's because we make sure that our special patrons get the most special treatment. And standing before you at the end of the table, who came in completely in silence and unbeknownst to you, is this very tall, striking woman with long, dark hair that she has tucked in a low chignon bun in the back. And she's wearing a full-length gown of dark emerald green with sequins all along the way that catches the light and sparkles back and forth as she moves. And she looks at each of you with a smile on her face. And as she is starting to walk, and she's actually taking the path that goes behind the Marquise and as well as Willow, she's looking at each of you and she's saying, after all, I thought I made it clear in my letters that you are very much especially invited here for this weekend, and I was hoping to see each of you, and I'm glad to see your smiling faces here at my table. In terms of the numerous bars, that's a very easy question to answer for you, my dear. For you see, the bar down here is for our patrons who have paid a little bit extra. However, it's only for our wine and beer selection. My particular private room, this is my own private collection, which I will open up if I feel those who are here would appreciate and enjoy them. And upstairs, as Mickey I heard say, that's where you get your cocktails, quite frankly. So there are reasons for it. And as she's saying this, one of the waiters has quickly scooted to the side and pulled out a chair for her, and she sits down quite elegantly. And she puts her hands folded in front of the table, and she's leaning against the table a little bit. Now that that's been taken care of, do you have any other questions while we wait for your drinks to arrive?
Was I supposed to be part of another group? I don't want to be rude, but you know.
You'd be amazed what the combination of certain people can do for a person.
Candy gives you an incredulous look and then leans forward. So who am I here to kill then?
Oh, honey, I didn't say kill necessarily, but you are on the right path.
Wait, I'm sorry. That's 90% of the time when I'm specially invited somewhere, it's because someone's gonna get a one-way trip to a quiet zone nap place.
They're gonna kick the bucket.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder them.
Meet their savior.
That's another turn of phrase that is probably a little bit more elegant, yes.
So that's not why I'm here then.
Well, in part, yes, it is.
Odd.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much to Pumpkin, who donates 300 bits to give V a reroll. And also thank you, Smokebeard, for the sub. You can also gift a sub if you'd like. Just let us know in chat.
I love it. So yes, obviously, I brought you here for maybe less kosher.
I just want him knocked out. That's easier.
Well, knocked out has had some benefits in the past. Perhaps it's better if I explain it to you. How would that work?
Sure.
All right. Well, this is my establishment, BB's Place, and I'm sure you've already noticed that it's a little bit unusual from the normal environments you may have attended before. Yes, we are a speakeasy, because after all, they got in their heads that alcohol is no good right now, but that's more of an inconvenience than anything else. But each of you have your own unique qualities, and like others here, they too have their own unique qualities of the more magical nature. And unfortunately, along with having the local authorities not too thrilled about the fact that they have a feeling that, alcohol is being served, we also have this lovely chap, Bubba, who's decided that initially, when he offered to help protect the place, and I turned him down, that he took it as a personal insult as well as a challenge to now try and make this place his own. Now, as a result, he has been sending his goons here every so often to try and either infiltrate and get information or just basically create chaos and cause loss of business or disappearance of patrons in the more extreme cases.
Are we in danger?
I have full confidence
I
that in
hope
your
so.
case, chances are for the four of you, you are not in extreme danger considering your histories. But my more novice patrons, younger patrons, and experienced ones, yes, their safety is one of my concerns, which is why I have brought you here tonight, along with my cat.
I'm allergic.
A cat walks across the table.
She's gonna pick up this cat, and you're gonna notice this cat has a rather unusual look to it. It's got this pretty honey coloring to it, and you could almost swear that tucked along the long fur is a pair of wings. Honeysuckle, honey, not right now. And she puts the cat to the side, and she gives it a little nudge, and you hear this little, and it kind of trots off and back out of the room.
As soon as the cat appears, I'm. Hey!
George, darling, and she's signaling one of the raiders. George, can you make sure Honeysuckle gets put up in my private chambers, please? And you see George nods his head at me.
Guys, where the cat walked.
I love it.
Yuck.
So now that the place has been cleansed and the allergens removed, the reason why I brought you here is because I'm actually quite confident in your abilities, and I wanted to hire you on, especially for this particular evening, in which that I promise that should everything go well, you will be handsomely rewarded in the morning with 200 gold pieces each.
Oh, okay.
Does that also include our tab?
It includes everything, my dear, provided you don't destroy the place. So your room, your board, your food, your drink will all be compensated.
For just today or a recovery week or so?
For the weekend. But should you get through the night and everything is fine, then the 200 gold pieces will be yours as well. Essentially what's happening is I have gotten some rather helpful information from one of our double agents who has recently joined us. And based upon what they have shared with me, I need to go and speak with my associates, and we have a plan that we're going to try and get pulled together. However, in my absence, I want to be sure that the place is well protected by competent and talented individuals, which would be yourselves.
Got it. And it's not a spend the night here and survive and we become the heirs of a situation like that? No ghosts, no...
Oh, darling,
I've done that 3 times. It's never.
Yes, I've gotten an invitation from him myself, and quite frankly, no, I don't keep that type of place. That's not my cup of tea. I prefer more of the have fun, enjoy the place, and make some memories, and leave a happy camper. So.
Well, I'm on board for whoever's skulls need to be smashed or faces need to be pummeled.
Good to know. How about the rest of you?
I can sometimes deliver righteous retribution or sometimes kindly healing. Depends on the things, really.
Both would be helpful, I'm sure. And you, Miss Willow?
I seem to have some skill with telling portents the future.
Which might actually come in handy.
I'm pretty good with research. If you have any backgrounds on any individuals, that's useful.
Wonderful. And Mr. Marquez?
Yeah. Oh, so we're here to defend your bar. Is that a normal thing that happens? People just fight each other's bars? Is that normal?
This is not a normal establishment. So in this case, yes. You're here to basically make sure my patrons are safe, and those who are not patrons are not safe.
And if we don't get attacked, we still get paid, correct?
Correct.
Oh, wonderful. I'm in.
The deal is you keep the place standing, you keep the place protected. That's what's the 200.
Easy.
Definitely easy. Well, It seems I have you all on board. And as she's saying this, Mickey comes back in with your drink orders and she's placing in front of all of you. And you'll notice that she actually doesn't have a drink for Bianca. Instead, she leans over and she whispers audibly. You can still hear her saying, I hate to bother you, miss. I know that you wanted to have some time with him, but I just got word that they're expecting you and they are ready. And she'll stand back up and kind of square her shoulders and sort of step back a little bit. BB's going to roll her eyes slightly. I thought I had more time. Well, my sincerest apologies. I do need to get going. But Mickey here will be sure to answer any questions you might have. She is my right-hand girl, and she knows how this place is run. She knows it better than pretty much anyone else besides myself. So should you need any assistance or any further clarification, she's the one to talk to. But I know your meal will be down soon. I hope you enjoy it. Cal has been hard at work all day, making sure it is extra special for each and every one of you. But for now, I will get going, and I'll be back much later this evening, most likely. But again, just keep the place standing, and any unusual types who want to create trouble, make sure they are dealt with accordingly.
Kill them.
Kill them? Well, if it seems like they might be more valuable alive, use your discretion in that case.
Candy cracks her knuckles. Just sorry.
I wink and do the old finger guns at Candy, and then wink back at BB.
BB's gonna smirk. I have a feeling you two will have fun this weekend. And as for you, Friar and Miss Willow, thank you once again. And I'll see you later on. And she pushes the chair back and stands up and smooths out her gown. And she starts walking back around the same way she came. And as she gets towards where the wine rack corner turn is, where there's essentially another set of stairs, you suddenly see this mist of silver and black swirling around her. And suddenly she's gone.
Whoa.
Well, that's most peculiar. I'd quite like to learn that. That would be quite useful when I'm giving sermon.
Yeah, that's kind of her exit and entrance.
V, we've also hit our follower goal and our retweet goal. So if you have
Ooh.
any random things you would like to do, now's a good time.
I like. All right, so I'm going to give you guys numbers for this, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. All right, so Scrat, you are 1, and Pixie 2, Lauren, you're going to be 3, and Tim, you are going to be 4. And let me get a D4 rolling, and we'll see. Let's see what we get. All right, so that is going to be Candy. You are getting a lovely little special item, and you said there's another one coming too, Scrat?
Yeah, two done.
2 of them. All right, so another D4, and that gives us Scrat. All right, so each of you need to roll a D100 for me, please. And we'll find out what you get.
75.
Cool. You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
25, we hit quartiles, yay. Sorry, stats. Love it.
25 and 75. That's actually pretty impressive. All right, let me get to my paperwork. Diddly-diddly-diddly-diddly-doo. Okay, so, Candy, you're going to realize that your foot clunks against something underneath the table. And no one's really paying attention, so if you wanted to check underneath it, you absolutely could.
Candy just reaches for it with her hand as dexterously, she leans down, feels around for it.
And your hands are going to touch something definitely cold and metallic.
She's going to palm it. Just tucks it underneath her dress, which she's not sitting like a lady, so she just sticks it in between her legs.
Hey, why not? So you're not going to take a look at it yet?
I mean, after that, she probably does. But then she realizes she's lifting her skirt up to look at what's underneath it. And she's just like, oh,
that's not right. So in your stereotypish glance, you're going to find that you have taken a flask that has this gorgeous mother of pearl inlay on it. And you definitely felt some sloshing liquid inside. And basically you just got a healing potion.
heck yeah.
There you go. All right, and then we had the Scrat at 25. Let's see here. And that is going to be... All right, so Friar, as you're sitting at your chair, you realize on BB's chair, there's this interesting little cap that is left behind. Only it doesn't look like it was crushed, so it wasn't something she sat upon. And no one else has seemed to notice it.
Do I feel allergic?
No.
Oh, strange. As who? No. Oh, I've never got the chance to stroke one of these. I'll go and touch it.
Do you say any of that out loud?
The whole thing. The whole thing.
Double entendres going everywhere.
Kenny just like sips her drink and just sort of watches, and she's like, I thought I was the crass one around here.
I love it.
That's fine. You do you, hun.
What? I'm afraid I don't understand.
So for where you've touched it, it's just a nice soft flannel type of cap.
Cap. Okay.
Cap, not cat. Cap.
Ah, that makes much more sense than I thought you said a cat.
I was like, you're reacting rather oddly to a cap, but okay.
He's rubbing his cap underneath the table, and Candy's watching.
Oh.
What?
So soft.
She has 8 charisma. She only had 7, but she's a human, so I got to up all my stats by 1.
And I will take the hat and I will put it on. What kind of cap is it?
It's just a basic brown pageboy cap. And it fits you perfectly. It actually looks quite nice with what you're wearing, too. And it gives you a +1 to your initiative.
Oh.
Best cap. It's a fetching look. It's a look.
Oh, what do you? I just found it.
You put it on your head. What if it has lice?
Well, then he'll have lice.
That's.
The Lord shall protect me from all lices. Or is that vices?
We got a shampoo to take care of it. Not to worry. Should have some little, critters in there. We can just, scrub your scalp a little bit. You'll be totally fine. In a couple days.
Covers the bald area quite well, doesn't it?
Probably takes the chill out of the air for you.
So do we eat dinner first and then go? Or this is the most civilized hiring I think I've been a part of in a long time.
And we are allowed to finish our dinner in case we'd attacked, right? We don't have to go right then, right?
I mean, you're going to have a meal, as far as I know. And as she's saying this, in come the waiters with the first course, and they have, just on these nice silver trays, these shrimp cocktails. And yes, you're able to sit and enjoy them. And basically what's happening is the 4 of you have a chance to kind of sit and talk with each other as they start bringing in the different courses. So you've had your first course, they bring in the salad for you. And Mickey comes back down.
The wrong silverware. Does not matter what it is. She's using the wrong one. Like soup comes out, she's using a teaspoon.
Fork.
I was going to say a fork would be excellent.
The soup knife.
Oh God, that's a new one.
What is my pinky not out?
And the funny thing is that Mickey, she's not even fazed by this. The one waiter is kind of a little taken back by it. And you see Mickey kind of shoot him look like, calm down. It's all right. Let her do what she wants to do. And it's basically now to your main course, and you have all these 4 waiters coming back down, and there are side dishes being laid out in front of you. And there's this bucket that's sort of put down on the table, and it has these very well cooked and gorgeous bright red crawdaddies with the corn mixed in with them. So there's, one of your dishes. And then for the pomp and circumstance of it, down comes this one waiter who has been kind of eyeing things a little bit jumpy, carrying this tray with a lid on top. And you can tell he's very much concerned about making sure he's making the right impression. You can hear the lid kind of rattling a little bit as he's walking over. And Mickey says, and here is Cal's very special roast duck. And she makes sure there's enough space for George to put this platter down. And as he puts this platter down in front of you, she's basically rattling off, it has been honey glazed and apricots and like basically explaining, probably per Cal's request, how this thing has been prepared for you. And you can see that George is standing there with his hand over this lid, looking expectantly over at Mickey, and Mickey nods her head. And he lifts this lid up with a flourish. And everyone's kind of looking at you all expectantly. And then you hear George do that screechy squeal again. Give me a perception check. Everyone.
Natural 20.
Thank you very much, Staffan, who's just dropped 5 subs on us. Thank you so much.
Ooh, awesome.
My rolls today, boy oh boy. Candy's trying to eat something with the wrong utensil, and it's difficult.
I have a feeling that Candy went right for the crawdaddies as opposed to anything else.
Like kicking them apart.
She's like, forget she's like not even using the crackers and like that. She's just like slamming it with her fork and sucking it out the head and all everything like that.
Hold the tail and suck the head. That's the ticket.
Exactly.
Yep.
So while Candy's chowing down, the rest of you are going to notice that, yes, there is this absolutely gorgeous duck, which must have been beautifully prepared. However, on top of it, you see this rather odd, because it probably shouldn't be there, looking amphibian, slightly larger than normal, probably about the size of a large man's fist. And it's sitting there on top of this duck, looking quite proud of itself. And it's looking at all of you, and you hear come out of its mouth.
This is gross.
And Mickey looks horrified. My apologies, folks. This is not part of your dish. Please don't worry. We will make sure you have something else. I am extremely embarrassed. I am so sorry. Forgive me. I don't know how this even happened. And she's basically trying to get the lid from George. And George is so petrified at this moment that he's not letting go of the lid. So they have this little tussle going on as this toad is sort of sitting on top of this duck. And it is going to basically look at the 4 of you, and it is going to go for and hop towards, I'm going to use the numbers we used, towards the fryer. So this toad hops off and it's lopping over to you, and it stops in front of you, Fryer, and it goes,
raw?
This is when Candy, like reaching for a drumstick off of this duck, looks over and realizes that, where'd that frog come from?
It came with the duck.
Huh.
Which I don't generally mind frog legs, but usually prepared.
I don't eat anything alive.
Is it supposed to be here? She's eating the duck.
Don't eat the duck anymore. That's gross. You're going to get throat wars.
That's not how you get warts.
I heard it is.
Have you ever touched a frog?
I've never touched a frog, no.
Frogs don't even have warts.
That's what I heard. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. People mistake them all the time.
Can anyone talk to
I'm
it?
gonna reach out and grab the frog.
what was that?
Willow's gonna grab the frog.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Shoot. I put it on query.
Oh boy. Oh
He's
boy.
slippery.
So, Willow, you and your best efforts try and catch this frog, because you notice that Mickey, for some reason, George is not letting go of this lid, and she's really like trying to pull it away. The other waiters are kind of standing there like, pretty much mortified, and they're not moving. So as you go to grab this toad that's sitting in front of the fryer, the toad jumps off the table and into the fryer's lap.
Oh dear. I hope you don't mind. It's just a toad. It seems to like you.
Where did it come from besides the duck?
I honestly, God damn it, George, let go of the lid. And
Do
she
you
pulls
have like a leak in your kitchen?
I am actually about to go upstairs and investigate. I am terribly sorry. And Mickey's got the lid in her hand now. George is he sort of stumbled to the floor because she's yanked this lid out of his hand. And she's walking over to the fryer, and you can tell she's very uncomfortable with what she's about to have to do. Fryer, I'm sorry. Do you mind? Can I get the toad out of your lap for you, sir?
I'll turn protectively. Why? What are you going to do with it?
Do you want to keep it?
Sort of like, can I pick it up? But look at its beady eyes!
All right, so you pick this toad up. Just lift it up. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah! I'd like to.
Okay, so you're going to pick up the toad, and the toad does a 17 hit.
God.
Well, yes, it does! I welcome you into my lap. I don't know.
What does it hit?
So as you scoop this toad up without being too careful with it, this toad is going to bite you, and you're going to take on 3 points of piercing damage. And you're now holding this toad who has made it very clear he doesn't like you.
Well, that's just rude. Candy's gonna grab it because apparently everyone's gonna try and grab this frog. Just like
So Candy, you're like lunging across the table,
into
or
the Friar's lap.
Oh my!
Do you want me to roll this as a unarmed?
No. You're gonna try and attack it?
Well, I mean, she's gonna try and grab it, but she's a monk, so it can functionally be the same thing.
Oh, Friar. Do we need to worry about your bits?
I'll roll a sleight of hand first.
Yeah, let's do a sleight of hand, because God forbid that blow.
Let's go for grabbing with 14.
Okay, yeah, you're able to grab the frog.
Hoist it by the legs.
Or the toad. So the toad has been picked up, and it too is not going to be happy with you. And once again, it is going to go to attack. Does a 9 hit?
No.
It does
No,
not.
it does not.
Okay.
Like,
So chances
Gestures
are you
with-
probably got it, so it's like your hands like just underneath its jaw, so it's trying to but
Just like-
nothing's happening.
Smacks it with the duck drumstick.
Now you're hitting it?
Well, waves it threateningly.
Okay, so like you're like Candy, if you want, I can take that. I'll get it back outside and make sure you get a new duck and you can enjoy the rest of your meal. I have no idea what is going on here or why this toad was on the duck. I'm going to go find out. Would you like me to take it off your hands?
I'm gonna try something first. She offers it the drumstick.
Okay. Do an animal handling.
Let's see how this goes. I'm wise. 10.
It looks like it was thinking about it, and its mouth opens just a little bit towards you, but then it closes and it pulls back looking at you because you kind of have it hanging, by your hand. It's not exactly comfortable. I don't think food's its first idea right now.
I've just realized this super aggressive frog is a bit weird, wouldn't you say, to be appearing here? Maybe it's one of that guy Bubba's toadies.
That's why I asked if anyone could talk to it.
No.
Or I don't know, is it magic? And she holds it up. She shoves it in Willow's face. Is it magic? You're smart.
I don't have that one. Oh, that one.
I'll cast Detect Magic. How about that?
Holding this frog around.
I kind of lift my hand up as the aura of magic Detect Magic emanates from me.
Okay.
Also, big thank you to Smokebeard, who donates re-rolls to Willow and the Marquis during Appleman.
Ooh, very nice.
All right, I get a reroll. Nice.
You can tell it's definitely something that may not be normal. For sure. There's
Okay.
something unique about this.
Other than it being in the food zone.
Yeah, it's not necessarily your everyday classic toady.
Right. This toad is weird, everyone. I can tell through magic of my own. Thank you. I either punch it or probably punch it. I think you should punch it.
Okay. She slams it on the table.
Ugh.
Roll a d6 for me.
Cool. 4.
So as you throw this toad against the table.
Oh no, she's not letting it go. She's smashing it.
Oh dear. Okay, so as you smash this toad against the table, each one of you needs to give me a dexterity save. Because as Candy's hand makes contact with the table, there is this very loud explosion as the toad blasts itself into oblivion.
And that is not normal. It was my understanding.
No, it's definitely not normal.
Yeah.
Oh, no, definitely not.
I rolled another natural 20, which I think is good.
I think that's good.
I'm going to opt to fail. I'm a large man and I'm sat down. I'll just... it's easier if I just take it.
All right, Friar, so you're going to be...
Candy gets under the table.
So, Candy, because of your quick reflexes, you only take on 5 points of fire damage.
Cool.
Friar, because of your reluctance to react, let's put it that way, you've taken on 10 points. Everyone else, you have also taken on 5 points of fire damage, thanks to this rather unusual toad. And, oh, I forgot to roll for Mickey. Let me see how Mickey did. Mickey also takes on 5 damage. But now...
Oh!
Sorry, I need to see whether or not I'm still holding on to my turkey leg. Yeah, still holding on to the duck leg. Into the table.
So everything's fine. You still have the duck leg in your hand. Great. However, the center of the table is pretty much a void. There's an open hole now. There's scorch marks around the center. But yeah, this definitely was not one of your normal toads. And you can see that Mickey's looking extremely concerned at this point because this toad came in from a dish that was coming from the kitchen. And clearly this is something that was not meant to be there.
Punch it, you said.
What? Toads don't explode. That's not my fault.
I asked if it was magic, and you were like, yes, Matt, you should punch it, not like, hey, maybe it'll explode when you do.
Give it away, but it was magic, and I thought we were supposed to punch it.
As the two of you are bickering, you hear another explosion upstairs. And you hear someone yelling, "Son of a... What the hell is this?" And the second that happens, Mickey is around the bend and she is running up those stairs that you haven't seen yet, but you know are there.
So, creme brulee is do we think that?
I'm pretty sure.
I think we should go see what's happening in the kitchen. These are probably the people, like the friar said, that are the bad people that we're supposed to stop. And if they blow up this place, we don't get our 200 gold.
I agree, and I'll push the pieces of table off of my lap and pick up a napkin and wipe the soot from my face.
It honestly sounds like they might have a few of these toads already around, so it might be good if some of us check the kitchen and the rest of us check the rest of the restaurant.
Okay.
Alright. I'm pretty fast. I feel like I don't care. Where do you want me to go?
I don't know. I would say whatever, though. Be careful of people trying to prey on your emotions here.
What?
Just a feeling I have.
Oh.
If someone's trying to play off your emotions, watch them.
Personally,
Well,
I've seen Candy diving out of the way of explosions, and I think that you should head towards the explosions, Candy. You're clearly proficient in explosions.
I'm very good at getting out of the way of getting hurt most of the time. I'm a little singed right now, but it's done. puts the duck leg down.
As for
But
you...
we said there might be frogs in 2 places.
Yes, I'll head to the
Yes.
ones that aren't exploding. That sounds good to me.
Oh, so I should deal with the ones in the restaurant. We think those are more imminently to explode?
That's the
I would
ticket.
think so.
All right.
And as for you, Willow, worried about people playing on your emotions, well, hang on a minute, let me just read how long this spell lasts before I do it. It only lasts 10 minutes. I'll hold on to it, but I've got something just in case.
I'll go with Candy. I feel like we're gonna need someone who is good at talking.
Okay. So we have Candy and the Marquez going back through basically the way you've come to get down for dinner, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Into like the main lounge, dining, dance hall area.
Candy is searching for frogs and any silver-colored platters, and she will rip the lids off of all of them.
And I'm probably about 11 feet behind her with like my hands out, kind of emanating magically stuff.
Okay, so the two of you are basically upstairs exploring and looking into things. I'm picturing Candy's kind of running up to these poor unsuspecting waiters and lifting lids, putting them back down, with the Marquez kind of going behind, sort of magic locator mode. So the two of you are busy looking for potential toads. Whereas we have the Friar and Willow going up these stairs that you knew were there just from the sounds of them. And as you go up these stairs, you're going to find yourself at a pantry when you get to the top of the stairs. And there is a door that has been left open. I see the hearts. There's a door that's been left open, and you can see directly into the kitchen. And you see that there is this very large gentleman. However, he's got a very interesting appearance to him. Not your typical human. He's actually got this long snout and this scaly green skin, and his mouth is full of these sharp, pointy teeth. And he's holding this large silver ladle in his hand. And he's actually standing on top of the middle kitchen island with Mickey frantically pointing over to the door, which is open leading to the outside, as there is 2 more of these toads sitting at the threshold of the door into the kitchen area. And at the very far end of the kitchen area, there are these 2 swinging doors, which are closed, and you can see through windows on either side. And by the way, the doors have been labeled in and out. Underneath above the in label of the window, you see this, probably a shorter gentleman. You just see like his handlebar mustache and these dark brown eyes peering in absolute shock and horror. And in the outdoor, you see this taller, scrawny, lanky gentleman staring through, equally horrified expression, looking into the room as well. And basically, over where the stovetop is this massive scorch mark in the middle of the floor. So yes, these toads have made their way into the establishment.
Are they coming in through that door leading outside?
I don't know who left that door open, but that's how they're getting in here. But be careful, they
explode. Yep.
Yes.
So I think first thing is to stop them from getting further in the restaurant. We need to barricade these 2 doors, the in and out.
The Douglas and Rufus done take care of that already. That thing exploded in my face.
It did. We had one do that to us too. It's my understanding that's why we're here.
My apologies. That's not how that's supposed to be served. And he's standing on top of this counter, like almost.
I enjoy frog legs. I would have preferred mine cooked. It did self-cook, but then it wasn't quite edible.
That was overdone.
Yes. So, well, since we've got that barricade, we should probably take care of these 2 here, and she's gonna go ahead and cast magic missile.
Okay.
Awesome. Whilst we're casting that, thank you very much, Wild Engineer, who gifts a sub to Random Tuesday. Also, V, we've hit another follower goal and some sub goals.
Hey! All right, so 2 again?
2 again. Coming in
2
2s
again.
tonight.
All right, so we're going to hold off. We're going to pause frame right here in our little movie.
And first roll is going to go to Willow. Second roll is going to go to Candy again, or would you like to default and give one to the Marquise?
Let's give one to the Marcus.
Thank
Share
you
the
so
love.
Lovely. All right,
Thanks.
so I need the two of you now to roll a Z100 for me. And I gotta flip back to that page.
71.
Ooh, okay.
And 55.
55 and a 71. All right, so, this will be fun. So, Marquez, in your walking around and searching, you've actually come across something that did blip your magic radar, let's put it that way.
Okay.
And tucked against, ironically, the palm you had been hiding behind before, you see this very elegant looking ebony cane.
Ooh.
And it's definitely got this, hint of magic to it.
I love it. I pick it up.
Okay. And it's basically, you've now got yourself an immovable rod.
Oh, I love a movable rod. That's like a running joke on our show.
They're the best!
They are so much fun. My ranger has one, and I love it.
Same with creme brulees, and so I'm really mad we're not going to be able to eat them.
Aww. Okay, and then for Willow, you got a 55. Willow, you're going to see sort of tucked onto the pantry, the shelving before you walked right into the kitchen. This soft glow caught your eye, and it wasn't because it was magical. It was just catching the light coming in from the kitchen itself. And you see these gorgeous, soft, yellowy beads strung along together on basically what turns out to be a necklace when you pick it up. And you have gotten yourself, actually, you need to roll me a d6 to find out what type of amulet you've just gotten. Okay, you got yourself a 6, so that means you are getting an amulet of stamina. So one time a day during an encounter, you can increase your temporary HP by 10.
All right.
Okay. So that is the loveliness, and I'm sure it goes beautifully with your outfit too.
Yes.
All right. So you have the situation where there are these two toads in the kitchen with Willow and the Friar, and you have Lauren and the Marquise searching. And as you're searching, Lauren and Marquise, you're probably going to notice these two oddly situated gentlemen basically with themselves pushed against the kitchen doors as opposed to letting people come in and out. And you're going to see the wait staff kind of collecting around the edge, wondering what's going on as well. So this is definitely not the norm, because there are waiters who are insisting, like, we need to get the food, we need to get in there. And these two gents are kind of looking over their shoulders, again, wide-eyed and horrified, going, they're not going in there. No, don't recommend it. Wouldn't go in there right now.
And the waiters and waitresses are not freaking out at these people, as in they're not like intruders or whatever?
No. Oh, no. You can tell, like, they're calling them, Roof and Doug and everything like that. So clearly they're part of the staff as well.
I just want to go up and say move, and I would like to roll intimidate, please.
Okay, sure.
I rolled 3. I'm gonna burn my reroll.
Sure, go for it.
Ooh, a 12 plus 7. That 19, please.
I think you're good. I think you're perfectly good.
Walk up and go move.
So you're going to see they start a little bit, and almost in unison, they'll open the doors for you and kind of help push you in quickly and shut the doors quickly behind you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm with him.
Yeah, they just assumed that. They didn't even stop to ask. They're like, and in you go, clunk. So now you are situated where you can see Willow and the Friar standing basically where the pantry entryway is. You're going to see this tall gentleman standing up on top of a kitchen island. However, coming from the back of his pants is this rather long reptilian tail that's swishing agitatedly back and forth. And you see that he's waving this ladle at something across the countertop, but you can't exactly see because the kitchen island in the center is sort of blocking it, the kitchen island he's standing on top of. And you see Mickey's basically pressed herself up against the back corner counter area, trying to get herself as far away as possible from this open door in the back wall of the kitchen.
So take it they're out there.
In here.
How many?
2 of those little buggers.
Candy looks for them and she's going to grabby handsies.
Fancies.
Grabby. Are we going to try to do sleight of hand again? You're going to pick them up?
Yeah, she's going to try and pick them up.
Okay.
And then she's gonna try and find somewhere to dispose of them. But
The back door is wide open.
oh, great, that'll be. Well, the
Okay.
neighbor's gonna have some redecorating to do with.
Can I assist by casting Minor Illusion and just making just a whole host of flies, I guess, buzz around Candy's fists, hands, her grabbing.
I like this idea. Let's see if they are dumb enough to fall for it. How's that?
Yeah, I love it.
They're going to be distracted by it. So, yeah, I'll give her advantage on that one. So let's
Cool.
do sleight of hand with advantage.
All right, so she sees where Mickey points, and she's like, "All right, I know what I'm here for. Frog grabbing." And she goes over and she grabs the first one. She's gonna do one at a time.
One at a time? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so sleight of hand check for that then.
Cool. Oh, I have
Okay,
a
you're
17.
fine. You're totally fine.
And then she's gonna go in for the second one.
Okay.
I got 2 hands, 2 frogs. Still with advantage, which I
Yep.
24.
Oh, you're totally fine. Totally fine. So they were distracted enough. They're kind of like, what the hell are these things? When the flies popped up, probably not the kind that they like to eat, but enough so that it gave Candy the advantage to scoop them up. So it's kind of like the same thing as before. You've got them, so like they're just kind of going, and they can't necessarily reach you, but you have them ready to go. So you scoop them up. What would you like to do now?
Hey, Mickey, how do you get along with your neighbors?
There are no neighbors. It's just the lake back there.
Great.
Wait. Just want to make sure. Don't punch them. I know last time we said that, but I have an idea. What if you put them in a sack, and then if we get attacked, you take them out of the sack, right? And you throw them at who's attacking us. Boom!
I'm gonna give a very hard no on that one.
Okay.
Let's get these little creeps out of here.
That's a better idea. You're right. I'm sorry.
All right. So Candy takes these 2 frogs outside, judges how far away she is, and then one at a time just lobs them as far as she can and as hard as she can so that they hit something exploding.
Give me an athletics. Roll me 1 athletics for them. Let's see how this goes.
Well, it's not a great throw.
It just makes it though, because I'm going to use their AC on this one. So the first one you haul and you throw it, and you see just this cluster of trees in the back. And so as it hits the branches of the trees, it's enough where, they bruise easily, let's put it that way. So you see this explosion, and now part of the tree is sort of almost like it looks like it got struck by lightning. Its branches is sort of split in half, and there's some singeing. Luckily, it's a very damp evening, and nothing really catches flame. Now let's see what happens with Toady number 2.
Toady number 2.
Frankly.
13.
Okay, so kind of similar. You're probably like, oh, that worked, and toss it same general direction. And they're probably gonna have to cut down this willow tree when everything's done, or at least kind of fix it. But it wasn't anywhere near anything important, and they are now out of the general area of the kitchen. And do a quick perception check for me while you're outside.
Sure. 17.
Okay. Lovely. So from throwing these 2 and the little quick flashes of light you got, you can see in the distance coming out of the lake are a couple more of these toads. And they've probably been attracted by the fact that their friends have been going boom here and there. So you have your choice. You can try and do it with the 2 that have already started coming out of the lake, or you can go back inside and close the door.
She runs inside, slams the door closed. All right, there's more of them out there. I can just keep playing grab the toad, but I feel like this is a losing strategy. Smart people, where are they coming from?
My guess is that they kind of are attracting each other. You said there's more coming, because
You said there's a lake back there.
yeah, it's just
Coming from the lake.
yeah, that would be my guess. Frogs, toads, amphibian type creatures, they probably, as long as they don't get in,
we should be fine. We'll just make sure the staff knows not to go outside, and I'll have Sebastian go handle it.
But what if they like jump up to the door and...
Well, that really shouldn't do too much harm to the place itself, quite frankly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Bianca has her ways when it comes to the outside. It's more once they get on the inside, things get a little bit more dicey.
All right, I'm holding you to that. If that door gets exploded because of you, that's not on we get our gold. That's not on us.
I will make sure it's taken out of my paycheck, not yours.
Oh, wonderful.
All right.
How would Phoebe feel about shutting down all the doors? I know she probably doesn't want to shut down business, but at the same time, I think safety of patrons.
You know, that's a good point. Probably best you guys go over and find Sebastian and let him know what's going on. I need to go actually get the staff to calm down a little bit. And you can hear behind the other doors, like they're starting to get a little loud and a little bit agitated too. And when the staff gets upset, same thing can happen to the patrons.
I can help you with that.
Help me with calming down. Hey, any help would be of great service.
Quick question. Do your toads normally explode?
No. This is
So-
definitely a first.
Someone has planted them or made them explode.
That would be my guess, yes.
Is there like a magical protective bubble around this area? Would they need to be on the grounds to do it? Or could they be farther away?
Well, that's just it. The lake isn't exactly in her protective sphere.
Right.
But this has
Who
Bubba
wants to
written
come
all
and
over.
see if we can figure out who put explodey toadsies in the lake?
Quite frankly, it was probably Bubba. Or at least one of his little minions would be my guess.
Maybe we can find that minion. And I can shove a toad down his throat. What?
She just starts, she chuckles. I mean, you're more than welcome to go outside and deal with it if you want to, but quite frankly, they can't do much unless they can get inside.
How far away is Bubba's
Well, they
place?
are getting through the shield as is. I think.
Yeah,
Is
well,
the
well,
shield
that's the
literally on
problem.
walls?
When the door gets open, it's kind of dropped a little bit. We're still kind of working on that little problem.
I feel like something else is gonna happen, and maybe the person's still around.
Probably, but if we keep the doors closed, that should take care of the first issue. We can tackle this one at a time.
Do you have a guest list? And should we interrogate everyone that's here and make sure there's no one that's not supposed to be, right?
Well,
Good.
we do have regular patrons and regular guests. You'd want to go talk to Evie about that. She keeps an impeccable register of who comes in, who comes out. So if anyone would know that someone new was here, she'd be your girl.
Perfect.
She's at the front desk if you want to go speak to her. And actually, Sebastian is right around the corner from the front desk, so you could speak to her and let him know to make sure that you keep the hippity hoppities at bay.
Wonderful. Let's go, gang. It seems like we know what to do, and I'm sure nothing else bad will happen. Then we can get dessert.
No, because that won't jinx it at all.
No, we're fine.
And you can see, and Cal hearing dessert. Cal is still on top of the countertop. Right, your dessert. I'm going to make you the best damn dessert you ever had. Is it chocolate mousse? You said I can do that. I can do the creme brulee. I'll make you an extra special.
Are there any things that have been plated that we're about to go out into the restaurant?
Oh yeah, there's in the middle of some's fully plated, some's kind of halfway there, and there's
Somewhere-
actually smoke on the stove because of everything that's been happening.
Somewhere in the midst of this conversation, Candy just started eating something.
Cal's me like, if you like it, have it. Seriously.
Or
If that's what suits your taste, then by all means, yeah, go for it. I can make more. Don't even worry about it. All right, so Mickey's basically gonna walk over to the in and out doors and kind of wave him down. Coast clear. You can let us out, please. Rufus, Douglas, stand down. And you can see they're kind of like, oh, okay. And the doors open, and the wait staff's coming back in with empty plates, and now they're all surrounding
Cal and Rufus and Douglas go back in, and as you all leave the kitchen, you can kind of see they're trying to get back to what's normal process for them. And a few of the patrons have been looking over their shoulders, kind of like, what the hell is going on here? But it seems that the other waiters have been bringing drinks and everything to people, too, to kind of keep them placated and not too upset about the situation.
People are becoming agitated. Let's fill them with alcohol. That's always a good plan.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand. Hey, look over here. Here's a drink.
We probably should have gotten their attention before they walked off and told them to go ahead and watch the front door and Right, let's find Sebastian and Evie.
Now, you would have met Sebastian and Evie when you first arrived. Sebastian is basically the bouncer. So he's at the front door, and Evie is your receptionist. And both are basically, if you go between the two staircases that come downstairs, you're going to walk right directly towards the reception desk.
Sebastian, Lovey. So
you're going to go find Sebastian?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd actually have to go into...
Yep.
you'd probably just wave your hand quickly to Evie, and she'd be like, aha! And you'd make your way into Sebastian's little foyer, which is actually sort of like... it has its own entrance, so you go through one door that closes, and then there's this foyer area that leads to the front door.
Okay. And then she...
What's the problem?
So they seem to have a problem with exploding toads coming through the doors.
Is that what that ruckus was? I heard a ruckus.
Yeah, that is definitely what it was.
Could you describe the ruckus a little bit more for me? You said it was exploding toads?
Yeah, quite literally. They are toads that were coming in through the back door from the lake, it appears. And they explode. I mean...
Like kaboom?
Like kaboom. You should see the friar.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
He looked mostly okay. It's explosions.
All right, does he need like medical attention? Because we could get Mickey to help out if that was needed. Or does he seem okay?
It might be a good idea to have him checked real fast. I mean.
All right.
I think the biggest thing though is making sure we don't have anyone else coming through the door, because I'm thinking it would be a good idea for us to check the guest list against the guests that are here and make sure there's anyone here that shouldn't be.
That's a very intelligent idea. Give me an insight check on Sebastian.
Right.
All right, so you can see that as he's talking to you, he has this stool that he sits on when he's like in between letting people in and out. He's kind of nudging this basket underneath the stool as if to hide it between the stool and his hulking frame. Right. Don't let anything new in. I completely understand. Not a problem at all. I'll make sure we're on lockdown. I'll just explain to anyone who's coming that we just need to secure the area first. Absolutely. No problem.
Can I see what's in the basket at all?
You can ask him. You can try and just look in the basket. It's up to you.
I think I'm going to try and peer in without trying to be obvious.
Okay. So give me a, let's do deception.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mirror Shadows, who's just dropped 5,000 bits on us. Thank you so much.
Hey, awesome.
Okay, so you're trying to duck down, and Sebastian, it's not what you. He's stopping you. It's not what you think. I promise you, it is not what you think. It's just. I found this little fella this morning, and he was just so small and sweet and tiny, and I couldn't leave him outside like that. He was cold and he was hungry, and it's just, I mean, come on, look at this face. And he's going to lift this blanket that was over the basket, and you see the first thing that hits you are these big, sad brown eyes and this little wet brown nose. And basically this little tiny mutt pup has been curled up in this basket.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a frog, it's not a toad, I promise you. It's just this little pup, and he was shaking, and there was no collar, nothing like that on him,
Bring him in here. Stuff's exploding. Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, he looked a little
Poor little love.
scared, and I mean, he's adorable. He's real sweet, and I mean, okay, we've had a couple of accidents, but I've taken personal responsibility for him. I'm cleaning him up, and I just haven't had a chance to ask Phoebe yet if I can keep it. Now, keep in mind, Sebastian is this huge hulking half-orc of a guy, so you have like this big galoot who's like fawning over this tiny little thing that would probably fit in his cupped hands type of situation. I don't. He's been really good. He's been super quiet. He's not bothering anyone.
No, I won't tell.
Oh, thank you, Miss Willow. I appreciate it, and I'll make sure nothing, frog-wise, toad-wise, whatever gets in here, and we'll keep the place in, shut and sealed and all that good stuff. And
Have you named him?
named him Beauregard. It's a he. I named him Beauregard. I call him Beau for short.
Growing up.
You did? I don't know. He struck me as a nice little Beauregard. I don't know. He kind of perked up when I said the name. I thought it'd be fun.
That's
Oh,
always
Edie.
a good way to tell.
Don't tell Evie yet either. I kind of wanted to surprise her with him. Kind of get him cleaned up a little bit. And she's been a little down lately. Things have been a little stressful for her. So I thought, surprise her with the little guy and give her something to love and cuddle. And so, you can just, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Just a heads up, I'm not sure if it's just cats, but the friar seems to have some sort of sneezing attack around animals.
All right, I'll definitely make sure he stays in here and only in here because, she tends to stay over there. She doesn't pop her head in here too much. It's more, her reception desk and the coat check. So, yeah, not a problem. Totally fine.
Okay,
So-
so I need to run over to Evie then so we can get that list and start checking against it. Oh, he's
All right.
so cute though.
Yeah, he's a sweetie. Thank
I'll be
you.
back for cuddles later.
Definitely. And he'll open up the door for you and kind of usher you back into the room and shut the door gently behind you. And at this point, everyone else has been standing around the desk and have approached Evie. So while Willow was talking to Sebastian, we had Candy with the friar also going as well. We're getting more hearts!
Thank you so much, Mirrors, who's just dropped another 5,000 bits with the why not.
Yay!
Thank you so much. Your support really means a lot.
That's
bud.
fantastic.
Candy's just chilling. She's like,
Okay.
anything important?
Well, I mean, you came here. Is there something you need?
And you're speaking to this petite little blonde with curly hair and big eyes and this huge smile that's even bigger than her eyes type of situation.
Is there something y'all need?
Yeah. We need to know who is here. We need all the names. Just all of them.
All the names? That's an awful lot. I mean, we have about...
And she's like flipping through the pages and you can see she's like doing this mental.
Anyone who's new, then. Well, if they're a regular.
Well, no, I
Right.
wouldn't even necessarily trust regulars either.
All right. Well, I will leave this to you, suspicious face.
I mean, we just don't know. We're not from here, right? So, how much stuff do we have on hand? Maybe the best way to handle it would be to split the list up.
Well, you're looking at about in total, you've got yourself about 50 people here. In terms of well, do you mean staying here for the night or just here to drink and eat and dance?
Both.
Both. Okay, well then you're definitely looking at about 50 people here. In terms of newcomers, we actually only just had one new person join us besides the four of you, and he kind of came unexpectedly, but he had the clearance to come in. He had the password and everything like that, like he's supposed to, but he's the only new one who's just arrived. And then we did have a gentleman who joined us about 2 weeks ago. Sulky little fellow. I don't know why he's even bothering to be here. He just brings the tone of the atmosphere so much down, but you give him a whiskey and he seems fine enough as it is. He sits over at the bar more than anything else, and he leaves the same time every night, midnight, no problem. And let's see what else. Oh, and then we have these three new girls who joined us too. They're kind of they like to come out and party, and they've been really happy with Eduardo playing the piano over there. So you have them as well in terms of newer people. But the rest, they've been here with us for, let me see. And she's flipping back. Yeah, at least, good year or so.
Okay. Well, I think we'll start with the newest group of people first then. Would make the most sense.
Yeah, sure, no problem. All right. So, you want the list of names then? Because I can write this down for you, no problem.
I think list of names. If you know generally what they look like, because names don't tell us anything about what they look like.
Oh yeah, I can totally give you that too. All right. So, the first thing, why don't I give you the gentleman who just came in this evening? You actually can't miss him because he's definitely more of the I'm trying to say this nicely. He's more of the unique appearance. He's all decked out in like this really nice military garb with the head of a hippo.
Oh.
Yeah. His name
What?
is. Yeah, I don't know. We get some interesting types here. I'm not one to question because I mean my little sweetie pie Sebastian. He can't watch himself, so give everyone a chance. Don't judge by appearance, is what I've learned. But yeah, this particular gentleman. He likes to call himself the General, but his name's actual Colonel Henbane Hyssop. That's his name. I actually don't know where he is right now. He was talking about getting himself something to drink. So he's probably over at the bar, would be my guess. In terms of those three ladies, they kept calling each other sister. So I'm assuming that's their sisters of some sort or another. But yeah, you can't miss them. They're all about the same height and they all kind of almost look like each other, except one's a brunette, one's a redhead, one's a blonde, and they all have this like gorgeous tan skin. They must really like being out in the sun. But one's wearing a blue dress, one's wearing a green dress, and one's wearing a red dress tonight. And their names are, and she's looking at her thing, their names are Penny Poppy and Primrose. And then Mr. Sulky Dude. God. I swear to God, he's like one of those like hopeless poet types who just, I don't know, whatever. Not my type. I prefer the smiling gent personally. But his name's Vermeer Vervain. Oh, you can't miss him. He's going to be the tall, lanky fellow hunched over a cup of whiskey. I mean, that's his poison. I tell you, even Mickey's getting bored with his orders. But yeah, he's got like this longer, dark black hair. He's a little bit pale. We're not sure about that. We think it's probably he spends most of his time inside drinking. But yeah, he's the other one that if I were to start pointing fingers, it would be them.
Delicious. Thank you.
Okay.
No problem.
A whole bunch of things, if I may interrupt quickly. Thank you very much to Isriva, who donates for 2 magic items to be gifted randomly, and also Mirror Shadows, who just dropped 5 gift subs on us. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, so we have 2 just random magical items.
We've also hit our follower goal, so that's a 3rd one. And when these subs come in, we'll have hit our sub goal as well, so...
Amazing.
Fantastic.
4. We can have 1 each.
So we're looking at 1 for each of you. Right now, do you want to do that?
Yeah, we can totally do that now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do the roly-poly of the D100s.
Is that everyone?
50.
You got a 50, Tim?
Yes.
Okay. And Scrat got a 15. Let me write these numbers down.
If we get 100, that's all 4 corners. Then we win.
Wouldn't that be funny? And Willow just got 81. And Lauren, did you roll? Oop. Ooh, 97.
Rolling high.
Okay, I'm going to start with Lauren then because that's a quick flip of the page. All right, so Lauren, you, while Evie's been chatting with the Marquez and with Willow, you kind of helped yourself to the coat check area. And as you've gone back in there, there's this gorgeous red velvet curtain that's kind of dividing it. And you can tell that this is probably something that's more tucked behind the curtain. And so as you push this curtain aside, there is this gorgeous pair of satin heels standing there in this brilliant cardinal red color. And they're pretty much calling you.
Well, these are mine now.
All right. So if you put them on, you're now going to have slippers of spider climbing.
Yeah.
So, So basically you'll be able to, spidey it up and down the walls and all that lovely stuff for the evening.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I want to see fan art of your character, just with like
Right?
the hoops up and then the heels and everything. I love.
You realize like these shoes, much like nothing else that Candy is wearing, really matches. Like you get the impression that the things she wears are the sorts of things that maybe once belonged to someone she may or may not have been paid to dispose of.
Okay, I don't. This is mixing player knowledge with character knowledge. Is she the bad guy? Is she the
Depends on who she's working for.
like a role?
There you go.
I don't know that.
Be news to me, let's put it that way.
Good and bad to her are irrelevant. If someone has hired her, she is getting paid.
Casually, did anyone hire you tonight? Maybe bring some frogs in. No big deal.
Okay, I love it. So, Willow, for you, while you've been talking to Evie, while you were kind of keeping your hands on top of the counter, your hand actually knocks over this little perfume bottle. And Evie looks up and goes, "Oh yeah, that just got left in one of the rooms. The maids just brought it down. Isn't that pretty?" And it's this pretty little crystal perfume bottle. It's sort of got this teardrop shape to it and a very pretty sapphire blue glass stopper in the top. I mean, as far as I know, they said they were from this place called Eberron. Eberron, that's what it was. So I highly doubt they're coming back for it unless BB has them returned. So I mean, you're welcome to it if you want. It'll save me the hassle of trying to file it away.
I mean, it smells positively sumptuous.
Isn't it lovely? Well, honey, it's yours. And that is going to be a perfume of bewitching.
Ooh.
Yeah, so basically, there's just a little bit of this perfume left. So as soon as you put it on, you have advantage on all your charisma checks for an hour.
Thank you very much, Mirror Shadows, who's dropped another 5 subs on us. If you're a new sub in the chat, if you've been gifted a sub, you can gift a
Hello,
reroll
Dolly.
to someone.
This is fantastic.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mirrors.
Yay! Okay, so we have 2 down with 2 to go. So moving back down the list, Tim, you are going to get. Oh, nice. All right. On the other side of the countertop, probably a similar situation. You see this fantastic fedora hat with this nice bright rooster feather sticking out of the side. And it's well made. It's very crisp looking and very posh looking.
Uh-huh.
And Evie probably noticed you eyeing it. She goes, "Oh yeah, that gent's not coming back for that one."
Okay, I will take that then.
All right. It looks like it suits you quite nicely.
Thanks.
So then what you've just gotten is a lovely fedora hat, and that's going to add a +1 to your AC.
Beautiful. I will take it. I will.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I will put it on my head.
Awesome. All right, and then we're going to go to Scrat. You got the 15?
That's correct.
All right, where are you right now? Are you at the desk as well?
I was I separating off to calm the staff?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been doing is ritual casting, even though the spell can't be ritual cast, so it's still going to cost me a spell slot. I'm ritual casting Calm Emotions by delivering a sermon on perseverance, plagues of exploding frogs, and the like. It's going to last at least 10 minutes, but once I'm in full swing, who knows how long it'll take.
Okay, I have a feeling you probably found the stage for this, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Is there a lectern
Okay.
on the stage? I would just gravitate towards it.
Well, you have Eduardo's gorgeous red grand piano at the stage, as well as a microphone in front of that for when they have one of their singers come in. So chances are you're standing at that microphone.
Microphone.
And as you're standing there, giving your sermon, you kind of have the patrons looking a little confused, but okay, he seems like a nice enough fellow. They're enjoying this pleasant, calming feeling. And then Eduardo's going to slip up next to you, and he's going to lean over and goes, "Excuse me, Padre, if you don't mind, I think whatever it is you've been trying to do has been rather effective. They are very much placated. By the way, here's a little something for your efforts, at least." And he's going to hand you basically a garrote. So you have this nice new little weapon for, doing some things. And that is, got to reach you 10 feet, plus your dexterity, it'll do 1d4 slashing damage. Or you can add your strength to it, and it'll do 1d6 bludgeoning, essentially.
Right. Well,
If you decide to go for the strangling.
thank you very much. Very interesting. I'll just wrap up here. And yea, when the exploding frogs rain from the skies, free alcohol shall be given to all patrons. In lieu of their
I've heard this story before, but I don't think it ended as well for people. Exodus.
Slight twist to that one.
And that's all my stage time. Thank you very much, everyone.
And so on and so forth. Bye. Excellent.
Why did you give him a garrote? Why do you think that's gonna help? What do you know?
Well, you didn't see this. You're over at the reception.
Sorry. I'm just very stressed out.
But I imagine when the friar rejoins the group, he would very confusedly, like, sort of hold up this thing and be like, "Does anyone know what this is? I haven't got a clue."
Oh yeah, it's a string.
Oh, well, if you know what it is, by all means, hold on to it for me. Ha ha! Ah.
Isn't that for cheese?
Evie's standing behind the four of you.
Well,
Can be.
Eduardo did just get his piano taken care of this morning, and if that's
So is
what
it just a regular garrote? Or...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool. Candy just winds it up around her hand.
you know, waste not, want not, and all that.
You never know when you're gonna need some really strong wire.
Completely agree with you, hon.
Yes,
It can come in very handy.
the rinds do get a little hard if you leave them too long.
It's very true. You gotta just be able to cut right through them.
Slice them and dice them.
No.
Where are you from?
Me?
Yes, Candy. Just kind of
Me?
curious.
City.
Me too.
Which city?
Big city. The big
Rollins.
ones.
Oh,
Waterdeep?
no, not the same place.
Okay. I can't say as I've ever been to New Orleans. So
Is this set in the United States? As in, okay. I was just like, I wanted to make sure it was like Waterdeep. No. I'm
It's
from
one of those
LA.
where people come from all over the place, literally. So you can be from wherever you want to be.
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles. It's big city.
so I've heard. It sounds like it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of Wild West still.
More gift subs, Mirrors, you've gone mad. That's another 10 gift subs. Thank you.
My God.
Oh my god. Dude, seriously, this is amazing. So the four of you have regrouped. What would you like to do now? You've gotten this list of people from Evie. You've all gotten these lovely little trinkets, thanks to certain someones.
Can I go talk to the hot poet? He said, yeah.
I love how you just.
Alright, so I think this is Kenny goes down the list. So we got Hippo Head, Sexy Poet, and the Pea Sisters.
Wait, don't call them that. Don't call them that.
I
call them
believe
that.
it was Penny, Poppy, and Primrose. Maybe
I don't think I should
see
talk to people.
for Penny. Sort of Penny. We could have called them the Flower Sisters, or just
Penny's
the flowers.
Penny's a flower.
Is it?
Pony.
Oh.
Peony. Peony.
Oh, okay. We'll just call them the flowers.
I can show you how to be a shield.
Or the
I
flower
don't think I
girls.
should talk to
We'll call
people.
them flower girls. We'll call them flower girls.
I'll be right here. I'll watch.
What if you talk to the hippo person? He seems like a martial type. Maybe.
I feel like the friar would get along with it. I'll watch. Just
No, like-
scream if you're in trouble.
The hippo type person likes to be called the general, although he's the colonel.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me phrase this differently. I'm not good at talking to people
We did
with
notice.
my mouth,
I'm great at
but
talking.
I am with my hands. So
Well, Well, all sins can be forgiven, Candy. I'm sure you've got plenty of charisma hidden in there somewhere. All it takes is a little practice, and before you know it, you'll be delivering sermons like the next of them. Have you considered working
If
for
we're
the
gonna put my charisma on a numerical scale, I would say it is below average.
I walk up to Candy and I say, do you mind? My hand glows ever so slightly.
No?
And then I cast Bless on you.
Oh no.
And you can add a D4. Oh wait, that's attack rolls. Well,
No, I'll take it.
I thought it was the other one. Whatever.
Let's just make it easier for the monk.
This should give you confidence in case you mess up your charisma. You have a better punch or something, I guess.
All right, so who am I talking to then?
I think it might be best to talk to the military person. We tend to like stuff a little bit more blunt. I think you'll do fine. Right?
Arm wrestle, maybe the game where people punch each other in their shoulders or something.
You've got this.
What?
I don't know.
As I
Do I make you? He like leans in. Do I make you nervous?
Recently, yeah, definitely.
Huh. Good.
You mentioned killing people within like 2 minutes of dinner time.
I figured that's why I'd been hired. Why beat around the bush? Cut to the chase.
I thought I won a contest. I thought this was a scam, but this has been a pretty fun day, all things considered.
Huh. Yeah, I assumed I'd been hired to kill someone. Knock him out.
Well,
Okay, so I guess it's me and who wants to come with me?
Colonel General Hyssop. Hyssop?
Yes, I'll come along with you. We'll talk to the Colonel General.
Colonel General Hassap.
Hassif. This'll be easy.
oh
We're
dear.
gonna die. He's gonna kill us.
Have fun.
He's probably seen enough killing. I doubt he'll kill us.
Can I do a history check or something on what they are? I got a 14.
You know that they're of an interesting race. You've heard rumors of them because you are not completely unfamiliar.
Yeah.
They're definitely oddities, but they're sort of like naval officers, the equivalent of something like that, in terms of how they like to interact and how they'll, get fixated on certain things.
Gotcha.
So we have Candy and the friar going to speak to the general. Because absolutely nothing's wrong going to happen. No, that's going to be perfect.
No, I mean, I have an 18 charisma, but I don't want to talk to everybody. Who has time for that?
You want the hot poet. We know which direction you're going in.
I'm distracted.
Yeah. Okay, and what about Willow? Are you going to go then with the Marquise?
I believe so.
Okay.
Splitting up good, but maybe not going anywhere alone.
Yeah, probably, split up enough where you can keep each other in line of sight. I can understand, but yeah. All
And
right.
it sounds like a lot of them are in the main bar, right?
Yeah, you're basically all heading towards the bar area. So if you all want to each do a perception check, we'll see who's going to find who.
15.
Okay. And then Lauren and Scrat, if we can get perceptions from you guys too. Because you have to find the Hippo Man.
The one you cannot miss.
No idea.
Miss.
Okay. All right. So for Willow and for the Marquez, you basically start looking around the bar, and Evie did mention that this particular gentleman, likes to haul himself over to the far corner area of the bar. So you already had an idea of which direction to look. And chances are, as you walked into the bar area, you looked up in that general direction, and sure enough, you see this very tall, lanky fellow, literally hunched over his whiskey glass, elbows on the bar. He's kind of got the glass lifted up a little bit, and he's just staring into it, and he's not paying attention to anyone else around him. But he fits the description that Evie gave you for sure.
Okay.
I'm going to say that Candy also noticed him instead of her target based upon the role. So she's a little bit distracted by this, he is definitely a rather attractive looking gentleman from what you can tell. But meanwhile, the friar, you right away notice this gentleman on the other side because of how much space he takes up both personality-wise and physically. In fact, to the point where it seems like the other patrons, anyone who gets near him, they kind of get pulled into this inadvertent conversation that they weren't expecting. So you see him, like, he'll pull someone over and, like, he's just talking, and the person's, like, nodding their head at first, like, a nicety, like, oh, yeah, and it's suddenly turning like, yeah, and, like, they're trying to, like, get away, and then, like, they'll do the fake, like, oh, like, they see someone, they don't really see someone, so chances are that's the general. So what would you like to do now?
Well, I will approach. I'll place a hand on Candy's shoulder and be like, look, there's our mark. See now, all we have to do is convince... What are we trying to do again?
We're trying to find out if they're the reason the toads are here.
Ah, yes, subterfuge. Well, I find a direct approach is always the best approach. Let's just ask him if he has a toad farm.
I whispered to Willow, I was like, should we be the two together as opposed... I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right, I'll follow your lead.
This'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we're going to start with these two. So we'll have it where Marquez and Willow, they're going to go over and start walking over towards this gentleman. There are a couple seats open next to him because, again, he's got this very standoffish presence, so people kind of don't want to be sitting next to him. Mm-hmm. So you can very easily sit down, order drink, and Mickey's actually at the bar right now, so you can sit down, order drink, and sort of just kind of ease into things if you want to. So while you're working on that, we're going to pan over to Candy and the Friar, making their way over to the General, who is standing there. And right now he has in his grasp one of the waiters, because I think everyone else is starting to get wise to this. As a fellow you don't want to get near if you want to actually get back about half an hour of your life. So he's speaking to this waiter, and he's like, waxing poetic about something. You can't quite tell as you approach him, but he doesn't see you coming because he's so engrossed in talking to his new friend.
As I approach, I will open with, "You look like a military man to me."
Oh, military?
Yes!
Where are you from, sir?
And he lets go of the waiter, and the waiter, like, runs. He's hightailing, like, get me out of here.
A little forest town in charge of protecting my homeland from some delinquents whilst the army is away. I was trained to be a medic.
Ah, noble cause. What was your rank, sir?
Militia. Not formal army, we were a militia. Just a ragtag group. We did rather well for ourselves, though. Called ourselves the M-Men.
So you took the initiative to solve a problem at hand.
Yes, that's right.
No, well done, lovely, like that. Very. Hey, come sit down. I always love sharing old stories, chap.
May I introduce you to Candy? Candy's quite lovely, very good at talking to people.
Ah, hello, Candy.
Can you just, like, standing there? She found food again, probably, and is just like,
Okay.
Sit down, back on the tray. The waiter is passing by. And they won't notice.
Candy, you can sit right down next to me, and I'm great. Sorry, chap, your name is
Robert Stafford. My parish calls me Tuck.
No, Tuck, I like that. Tuck, you can call me General.
Brilliant.
Well
General.
met. Yes, Mickey, over here. Yeah, whiskey's for my two new friends here, for Tuck and the lovely Candy. I like Candy.
Yep, I'm sure you do.
Doom, da-doom, doom, ba-doom, doom. Sorry, I don't know
You're
what that
gonna
was.
see- Mickey kind of comes over and she almost has this sympathetic look that she shoots the two of you like, I am so sorry you're going to have to deal with this one. And you can tell that his glass is probably filled just a little bit more than yours. And yours is a little bit on the lower side because she's trying to help you out and make sure you're not getting too intoxicated while you have to talk to this fellow.
Thank you, Mirrors, who's donated another 10 subs. You're off the chain.
You're amazing. Oh my
Mirrors,
lord.
your support tonight has been amazing. Thank you.
To say the very least. That's wonderful.
Whew. Okay.
Regroup.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
So,
Oh, yes, Candy.
how long have you been here?
Alone?
Just in general.
Oh, well, I got here last night, and, you know, I heard lovely things about this establishment, and heard that they're, quite accommodating.
Where did you get here from?
Oh, here, there, everywhere, you know, traveling around with the military. It takes you to lovely new places all the time, so, I am a man of a well-traveled nature. Are you well-traveled, Candy? You look well-traveled.
One way to describe it. She just like looks at the fire with this like face.
May I intimate something with you, General?
Sure.
You want to be a mage or a fighter? We love frogs and toads. We're mad about them. And we've heard about a local indigenous species that explode on contact with things.
Explode?
Yes, indeed.
Can I insight check his surprise?
Yes.
Yeah. The Kenny's watching the crap out of this, like trying to
for it.
figure out what
Absolutely.
he's up to.
Absolutely.
23
Okay.
on her insight check. She's just she's not subtle about it. She's just like,
He's absolutely excited about hearing about an explosion more than anything else. So this is probably a guy who's got a little pyrotechnic affection, so to say.
Good. Here's your lesson plan.
So he
you
was
ever heard of anything like that?
No, but I'd love to get my hands on a couple.
I
It'd be
already
quite
heard that
tactically advantageous, would be my guess.
So you wouldn't know what could cause something like that.
Well,
We were curious because like toads don't normally go boom.
yeah, no. Well, my guess would be maybe perhaps some crazed druid or wizard or something. Maybe I don't know. I'm actually not very good at the whole magicking thing. I'm more the take charge and use what's its hand.
I feel that.
Do you?
You strike me as the type.
Yes. Yeah, but you said that the toads are here?
Yeah, they were up by the lake.
Really? Oh. Think I have a chance of catching a couple?
She eyes him. Maybe.
I look at Candy like as he's looking towards her like way down.
Would you
know about Bubba?
You mean baby?
No, but yeah, but also Bubba.
Can't say as I've heard such a name, but if you'd care to go for a nice moonlight stroll with me, my dear, I'd be more than happy to hear what you'd have to tell me about this Bubba.
We're done. Here, finish mine. Pours her drink into his and walks away.
How long you staying, my dear?
Nope. Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, I definitely think if you go out there with a net right now, I heard that there be frogs everywhere. Be careful though; they do explode quite easy.
Excellent.
and he bangs his fist on the bar and he downs the tripled whiskey. And he gets off his stool in his lumbering hulk. He starts toddling over to the front area where chances are Sebastian is now going to have to deal with him. He's a hippo on a mission.
Just the Friar stands and walks over to Candy again, realizing that he's dual wielding. He'll pour the whiskey into his ale, just, well, you said you weren't very good at talking to people, Candy, but he seemed awfully like you.
She's like, I don't know what's in her hand, but she's like breaking something. She's like, I really want to punch him in the face.
And on that note, we're going to pan over to Willow and Marquise. So, the two of you, you've probably ordered drinks at this point?
Yeah, probably sit down, just go, look over, pain, am I right? I'm sure, a poet it would, know a lot about pain, am I right?
He's like physically kind of like slouching more towards the further side of where he's sitting.
That would work. Anyways.
He's just got like his drink swirling in the glass. He's not really engaging with you guys.
Just a quick one. I nearly missed it because of the Submageddon madness, but thank you very much, Forest Gaze, who subbed using Twitch Prime. Thank you so much.
Yay!
I'll probably just turn to Willow and speak even louder and say, what a night, right? Super glad that we're not traders or, from another bar. And, again, see if he reacts or something.
I'm sure that was meant from Beard. I'm not sure that's gonna be the best way to get through.
I'm usually really good at this. Why is he being so mean?
How is he mean?
He's not responding.
That doesn't automatically make him mean. He's already put himself in a place that shows he clearly wants to be left alone.
Sure.
We're honestly the ones that are bugging.
You're right. I just said, I mentioned pain and he's a poet. I kind of assumed.
Poets are about more than pain.
Okay.
What the hell is this with this bloody poet nonsense? I'm not a poet.
Okay.
And he's slamming his glass down on the bar. Who the hell's going around telling these people I'm a poet? Do I sound like a bloody poet?
It's your dress and demeanor. You read a few books that you do have the dress and the demeanor that is usually described of a poet.
Yeah.
So I believe an assumption is made.
I've been dressing this way for like 100 years.
Whoa. I'm super sorry. Can I guess get you a drink by way of apologizing?
Do a persuasion check.
I'd love to. Ooh, okay, 15.
You just made that.
Lovely. Yeah. And just kind of lean in and try to like peek under his long, moody, dark hair and make eye contact and give a light nudge. Come on, I'm sorry, but at least you can do is let me buy you a drink.
Right. Make it a good Merlot and you got yourself a deal.
Wonderful. And wave the bartender down. Is this the bartender with the long green ears?
But no, that one's downstairs.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sure.
This is Mickey. Mickey takes care of the bar upstairs.
Okay.
She's actually the barkeep.
Gotcha.
So you'll wave her over. What can I get for you?
Your best Merlot. 2, 3? Willow?
Oh no,
Okay.
Just grab a bottle and a few glasses to call it just in case.
3 deviled eggs in a bottle, please. Deviled eggs? You sure they have deviled eggs, right?
Yeah, we don't usually serve them in bottles. They're normally on plates.
Oh, sorry. A bottle Merlot and 3 deviled eggs.
All right. Not a problem. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Pain, right?
As in you're starting to become like one? What's this with you and pain?
So why do they call you a poet if you're not a poet? If you're just sitting over here brooding, I guess.
Because I like to be alone.
Okay.
I'm not exactly like the social butterfly type.
Sure.
People annoy me.
Ah, yes. Same. Honest, sometimes same. So we're having a bit of a situation here. I don't know if you heard the explosions. There's frogs, right? Who explode. You think that's weird, obviously.
I know. I mean, weird things happen here. That's what I'm hearing.
Can I interrupt you? Why are you at a bar if people annoy you?
Because normally I can come here and drink, and they leave me alone.
That's a fine answer.
It's not as if he's out on the dance floor.
That's true. You're right. He is in this corner.
Basically, we're trying to figure out what's going on with the whole exploding frogs thing. So first thing we thought we would do is go through a list of people that are a bit newer to the establishment. Evie said that you were one of the newer individuals here.
Well, I mean, I've only just started coming here maybe about 2 weeks or so. But are you speaking in euphemisms when you say exploding toads? Like,
No, literal exploding toads.
Yeah. It almost burned my eyebrows off, but I dodged it. I'm quick. But you could see why, obviously, we're a little stressed out. It's been an odd day. So we're just kind of going through the list of people around here, as you can see, and chatting with people. We're kind of like hired adventurers or whatever. I don't want to brag.
Investigators is the word, Durian.
Yeah, I know your type. Those days are behind me.
Oh.
I've had my own adventures, and I'm good.
So is this a human elf situation? What's going on?
Do you want to do an investigation on him?
I'd love to.
Okay.
14.
14. He's definitely pale-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of got this dark and sunken eye look almost. And as the wine's being brought and is placed before you, you actually see him almost repulsed by the devil eggs that were brought as well.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a red flag in my opinion. Deviled eggs are good. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be looking at his ears because he said he's something about 100 years. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. I'm so bad at ear checking, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to. Are there any candles on the bar?
It's well lit. I mean,
Okay.
you have overhead chandeliers and
Okay.
everything like that. There's like the typical tea lights.
Sure. Can I, which one? Either thaumaturgy or prestidigitation, whichever one messes with lights, I think thaumaturgy. Can I make one like kind of pop to his right? And I'm going to really look at his ears.
Sure.
Or neck or something. I don't know.
Sure, go for it.
I do that.
All right. And he is going to see this increased flame, jerk back and hiss at the flame. Very much not happy with it, and no, his ears are not pointy.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to order garlic knots. If that's possible. I'm going down a different
Sure.
route here.
Okay, so you call Mickey back over. Everything okay?
Give me some garlic knots.
Right. I'm
Can I-
out. Mickey, it's been real.
Aha!
Later. And he's gone.
I stand up as he's getting to go, and I say, "Stop!"
Intimidation.
Oh, beans. I am a divine cleric, not cleric, sorcerer. So I'm going to use my favored by the gods, and I'm going to add 2d4s to my 4 roll.
Okay.
Oh, hey. I got a 22 with my extra 2d4s. 22 intimidate.
Okay. He'll stop, and you see he's not turning around, but he kind of sighs.
Okay. I'm not saying that vampires are always bad, and I kind of look at the rest of the bar, right? But I'm just saying, if you are a vampire, it would be good to explain what's going on.
And you hear a woman screech, "Vampire!"
They're not always bad!
And suddenly people are standing up, pushing their chairs, and there is this ruckus of people either trying to get as far away from Vermeer, or they're all starting to, head towards the front door.
Yeah, and I'm probably just screaming, "They're not always bad," over and over and over again.
Yeah, so
Can I
you've
stand
now,
Marquez.
Can I
you've
stand
now
on a-
created...
Sorry. As everyone panics.
Yeah, you guys are going to see this. Candy and the Friar, you're absolutely going to see, and you're going to hear everything that's happening.
Can I stand on a chair quickly and cast Calm Emotions again as people remember when things get tough, the bar gives out free drinks. Put it on my tab.
Vampire's not that big of a deal.
So you're going to keep doing this while he's casting?
Oh, okay, I'll probably stop there. Yeah, you're right.
Please. Oh boy. This is a disaster.
Candy
So-
like walks up next to you and she's like, I didn't even mess up that bad. She just walks away.
So, luckily for you, for the flavor of the aspect, yes, the people they're a little bit hesitant, but you had the Friar kind of standing up and trying to calm people down. You also had Eduardo in the back. He starts playing this almost like melodic lullaby as he starts seeing these people starting to get a little bit agitated, and it's almost like his tune has this magical soothing property to it. And the couples who are about to flee the door, and you have Evie going, it's all right, everything's just fine. Don't you worry a thing about it. Tell you what, why don't you all look over there at the dance floor? Because Eduardo's got something special going on. And so they're starting to kind of like ease up and everything like that. And as the riot has been calmed down quite adeptly, Vermeer's going to turn his hand and walk right back up to you and be like, you are an idiot. Next time you throw that word around, you better be getting your neck bitten. And he's gone.
Willow's gonna grab the Marquez by the arm and drag him to a corner. So, in most polite society, we don't say the word vampire.
Well,
For that reason,
I'm sorry. I misjudged. I've met
I doubt he.
nice vampires. It was never.
But most people don't know that.
Okay. That's
You
on
got
me.
it.
I'm sorry. Can I?
It's okay. You made a mistake. Mistakes happen. I don't think
He's probably a vampire, though,
he's
right?
the issue.
Yeah. It just happened.
So
Nice.
Candy and the Friar, what are you guys going to do now that you have seen this calamity of investigation?
Honestly, I don't think we should go anywhere near them.
Yeah. I agree. They haven't talked to the Pea Sisters yet, have they?
No, I don't think so. Well, did the Pea Sisters happen to be by the bar? I could use another refill.
Yeah. Candy looks around. Are there 3 ladies in separate dresses with 3 different hair colors?
That's going to be an investigation.
Oh boy. Not her strength. 18.
Oh, but maybe. Okay, so the Friar, you're looking around, and I think you probably got the description a little bit wrong in your head. So you're looking for 3 brothers instead.
Can't see any brothers in dresses, pink, blue, and red around here.
Sisters. She smacks him. Does Candy spot them?
Yeah, you do. You actually see them. They're in the center of the dance floor, where you have all these other couples who are kind of just swaying to the music. They've kind of, it's almost like a bizarre ring around the rosies. They're holding their hands together and they're dancing and they're giggling and they're winking over at Eduardo, and they're actually winking at any single guy in the area.
Candy knows how to dance, maybe. She's like, I gotta play. And she is gonna dance her way up to them and just start dancing with them. She doesn't know what to say, but she's gonna start dancing with the P sisters.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Yeah. Can I make this performance with dexterity rather than charisma?
I'm gonna say no on this one.
Okay. This is a solid 6-point swing difference on that one. 12?
They kind of look over at you and they acknowledge that you're there and they smile at you like, oh, isn't she sweet? But they're still kind of keeping in their own little cluster of sisterhood.
She's gonna muscle her way in.
Okay.
She like gestures over at the friar, like.
I'm not even
Hey,
sure.
ladies!
I'm not even sure how many subs this is anymore, but Mirrors has just dropped another 10. Mirrors, thank you.
Here's your lesson plan.
You want something, sweetie?
Yeah. I just want to be friends.
You want to be friends?
She wants to be friends. Oh, she wants to be friends with us. And the weird thing is they're all saying this at the same time.
This is terrifying.
You want to be our friends?
I want to be your best friend.
Our friends like to dance with us. Come and be our friends.
I'm dancing.
And so they've pulled you into their dance and they're, they've actually kind of put you in the middle of their circle and now they're kind of dancing around you. And suddenly it seems like as if the world's kind of blurring and you're focused more on these three than anything else. And they're lovely. They're wonderful creatures.
Yeah, I mean, she's rolling with it because she doesn't know.
All right. So for everyone else, you can see that Candy has gone from this almost let me at him type personality. Now she's suddenly become very graceful and moving with these three sisters dancing around her. And she's not looking over her shoulder or looking for any signs of cues from you.
Everything seems fine. It seems the subterfuge is working.
He's useless. The friar is useless for me.
You mean she went from practically stumbling around them to suddenly knowing how to dance? Nobody does that.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll grab a drink, which I maybe bought, and I'll quickly go over to the circle, and I'll just tap Candy on the shoulder, like in between the ring around the rosies. I'll pass the drink, and as I'm tapping, I'll cast Guidance.
That's the one.
Which will help with all ability checks. You can add a D4 to them.
Okay. So, at this point, give me a charisma check.
Saving throw or
Just a check.
just a check?
Just a check at this point.
Yup. 3.
Okay.
Is that good?
I don't think a D4 is going to help that. I'm not an
I
expert.
mean, I'll roll it just in case. Maybe it's a 7.
Yeah, see.
A 7's much better than a 3.
It's a 6.
There's a 6. So with your lovely 6,
You don't even notice the friar. You just kind of feel this slight irritation and you kind of brush it off. And these ladies are lovely. You've just been welcomed into this wonderful, they're like your sisters. They're just so
Candy's
darn.
never had friends before.
Oh, you are their best friend right now.
we like your dress.
It's not mine.
It looks lovely on you. And again, they're saying this
It
all at the
looks
same
prettier
time.
on the person I took it from.
Yeah, but it's yours now.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
That is correct. And they start tittering, like this kind of eerie little sound. So the rest of you, what you're saying is like Candy's like, nope. Sorry, father.
I wouldn't use my reroll on this. This is way better. The reroll gets used when I gotta punch something thoroughly. No. Failure is fun. Candy is like, I murdered someone for this dress. Like, she doesn't care.
Yeah, just.
Do you actually say that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
She definitely has alluded to it.
Because the sisters don't have the snake from Jungle Book eyes, right? To us, we just see, finally, Candy's letting her hair down. She's having fun. And
It depends on how perceptive of a person you are. It's a little unusual because Candy does not seem to be acting like the Candy you initially knew.
Yeah.
Her behavior is definitely phased, and again, she's engrossed with these three women who she was initially going to go over and be like, okay, let's talk.
I will roll an insight check from a distance.
Go for it. Your alarm bells are going off. This is not good. They have cast some sort of spell over her without her even realizing it. And you're concerned at what you're seeing.
Oh no. Well, I better converse with Willow about this, but not if the Marquess is around. I saw that vampire business. We don't want the same thing.
I thought it was okay.
You're never gonna live that down.
I mean, garlic knots.
Never.
It's like, who's fine? I thought society deals with vampires all the time.
I'll walk over to Willow and I'll sort of like lean in and be like, "There's something wrong with Candy. I can feel it in my holy water."
Sorry.
Some interesting holy water there, but I think I was noticing the same thing too. I think the best bet. Hey, they seem to be really looking at men, so don't look at them.
I think it's I sidle over. Do you think it's sound or sight or?
I'm not sure on that. I'm gonna see if I can make my way over.
Okay, if
but
I can cast
I don't
silence.
think. No. I think there's nothing more disrupting to a dance floor than someone that just walks across it with purpose. So I think I'm gonna go over there and I'm just gonna grab her and I'm gonna pull her out.
Wait, before you go, Willow, and I'll I'll reach into my flask and pull out a small vial. Just, be blessed! I'm gonna cast protection from good and evil on you.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay. So, Willow, you are going over to this group of three with Candy ringed around the rosies?
Mhm.
All right. How would you like to approach this situation?
I'm gonna walk directly over and I'm gonna reach through the circle and I'm gonna grab her hand and I'm gonna say, "Come on, sister, we need to go."
No, she's our friend. You can be
But
our
she's my
friend
sister.
too. And again, this is all together, so
I'm not interested. This is my sister. You're gonna give her back.
she can be our sister. You can be our sister too. And now you both need to give me a charisma. A check for Willow, save for Candy. Oh boy. Okay, Willow, you're fine. If anything, you're kind of getting really annoyed by this tandem speaking. Candy, you're just like, yes, this is lovely, this is great.
This is where I want to be.
See, she's our sister now.
You really want to do this?
She's our sister now. And they're glaring at you at this point.
I'm gonna cast counterspell.
Okay.
Just reading through that one. Okay, so do a DC check. Okay, let us go.
Do I click on spell save DC or?
I think it was successful. Because they have to do a save, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I think you just won that one over. All right, so you counter spell. And Candy, all of a sudden, you realize you're standing in a circle of these very odd creatures. And you almost get this quick, like, they look like these gorgeous women, but then out of the corner of your eye, it almost like one of them looks like an old crone suddenly. But then you look directly at her and she's suddenly gorgeous again. And you see Willow standing on the outside of this circle.
Come on, Candy. These guys are not your friends.
Oh, right. She like pushes through the circle and then turns around and she's like, how do you feel about toads?
We don't know what you mean.
I want an insight check real fast because I need some reason why I'm not just gonna do my first instinct. 10.
They're weird. There's something off about these three.
Cool. She punches that one in the face and says, let me jog your memory.
Nice.
Okay, roll for initiative.
I would assume
17
Willow
for
needs to
initiative.
Okay, so we have Candy with a 17.
Just hypnotize me. Jog your memory.
Willow and everyone else, you're also going to need to roll for initiative on this one.
5.
Okay. So Scrap got a 6. Sister.
Why is it bad that I said the V word, but she can punch people?
Well, I mean, she kind of acted right away.
There haven't been Look, I've only just punched someone.
Yeah. Plus, it's kind of contained. It's not being shouted and blasted across the room.
Screaming vampire, yeah.
You know, kind of something.
He's a vampire!
And then, oh, there's Willow's. Willow got. Okay, so this was an interesting roll. Willow, you're going to start us off then. As you see, what I'll do is actually, Candy, I'm going to give you that first punch.
Okay,
as
I was on a
surprise
7
attack.
on my initiative.
What was that?
My initiative 17.
17.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed that one. So you go. Yeah. So Candy goes first with 17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you that surprise, and then you get to go again.
Great. So let's roll this monked armed attack for punching.
Okay.
21.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, she's pissed. She wants it to hurt. So for 11 bludgeoning damage, she just pops him in the face.
Okay. Which one do you want to hit? The redhead, the blonde, or the brunette?
Which one? Were they all talking in unison?
Yeah. They're
Then
like
let's
this.
go
unit.
with the blonde.
For fun, for flavor. Okay. So
For
you punch
flavor?
the blonde. You punch the blonde with an 11. You said.
Yes. Yeah. Let me jog your memory.
And
For 11.
they're definitely not happy about that one.
Here's the thing. I'm 5th level, so I also get an extra attack. So she comes in, bam, and then she thinks about it for a second and like goes for the gut on the second one.
Same one.
Yeah, same one.
Okay.
The blonde. And then 21.
You
For
get.
another 11 points of damage. Just bam, bam.
Okay. This is going well.
And then she cracks her knuckles and she's like, how do you feel about toads? And I guess, can I roll an intimidate using strength for my next action on my actual turn?
If you want to, sure.
Do they look like they're going to say anything?
They don't look happy with you. And you just did some serious blows to the one sister. They've not, at this point for a visual, they've kind of like, instead of in a circle, they've now kind of come shoulder to shoulder to each other. And the two who have not been struck yet, they've kind of hunched in almost protectively around the one who is now taking 22 points of damage.
Yeah, she's gonna for her actual turn. I'm gonna take the dodge action
Okay.
as my actual turn, and I say like, "What do you think about toads?"
as she repeats that sentence. She was just genuinely trying to jog their memory with her fists.
Who wants to know?
Me, literally. I just asked you. This is not a complicated scenario. You tell me what you know about exploding toads, and I won't hit you again.
All right, roll your intimidate. You want to do intimidation with this one, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I use strength instead?
Yes.
Okay. Plus 2 is much better than -1. 18.
Nice.
Doesn't everybody?
Look, scenario 1 means I stop punching you because you are not responsible for the exploding toads. Scenario 2, I continue punching you because you are responsible for the exploding toads. Just tell me what you want to go for.
All right, at this point, turn is used. Way to go. Now we're moving on to Willow. And so Candy has gone guns blazing. And she's definitely gotten the upper hand on these 3 weird little collection of sisters. What would you like to do with these ladies, Willow?
I think I want to put them on ice as well. And I'm going to go ahead and cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
On the redhead.
On the redhead. Okay. That's ranged, right?
Yep.
And
60.
you hit. Okay, you hit.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so what does this look like as you're hitting her with this Ray of Frost?
So I kind of bring my hands together like this, and I push them out from my chest, and a white beam of light comes out and smashes right in the middle of her chest.
Okay. And she staggers a little bit, and you can tell, again, they kind of keep connected to each other as this is happening. But you have definitely done a little bit of damage to her, and then that means with the Ray of Frost, is there anything after effect-wise with that?
Yeah, they are slowed by 10 feet for the next round.
Okay, great. All right, and then is that your whole turn? Anything else you want to do? You can do, want to do?
I believe so. Was that one a bonus? That was an action, right? Yeah, that's an action.
Anything bonus action-wise you want to throw out there?
I'm gonna see if I've got bonuses real fast.
Of course.
Action. Action. That takes 2 minutes. No time for that.
That takes some. Forget that. I don't have a minute.
Doesn't look like I have any reactions
Okay.
or bonus actions. So
Not a problem at all. So then that's going to bring us to Scrat. You are up with the Friar.
That was awfully quick for a low initiative. Well then, in that case, I will produce my censer from my backpack. I'll light it up and start swinging, so I'm doing fragrance around the room. And are any of my is anyone hurt yet? Have any of my people been hurt?
No one else has been hurt. In fact, when this whole thing started going down, everyone else sort of pulled back.
Yeah.
And they're kind of watching this more like, is this part of the show? Because you're doing this on the dance floor, and there have been some strange performances before, especially because Candy was dancing with them before, and that was sort of being admired as well. So they're not sure of like, is this the big show that was promised for the evening?
Fantastic.
So no one else has been hurt. The
now.
audience is like backed off, giving you the whole dance floor essentially.
Protect my friends, help them hurt people. Protect my friends, help them help people. I'll wave the censer and I'll say, and yea, verily, all of the righteous shall walk in the light and be more difficult to hit, for you shall have to make a wisdom save before you can do so. As I cast Sanctuary on Candy.
Gorgeous.
Candy like cracks her neck and she's like, oh, I've been waiting. Verily.
The second you throw out the frame, I'm like, oh god. All right, so that's anything else you want to do? That's it.
It's a bonus action, so I could do a cantrip, but honestly, until anyone's dying, there's not really much. We're attacking now, so even guidance is a bit useless at this point. I'll hold on to it.
Okay. All right. So then we now go to the sisters, and we are going to have the blonde that was so rudely struck is going to go after Candy. Candy does a dirty 20 hit.
Please, can they make a wisdom save before they are able to attack her, as I have cast Sanctuary?
Sure, we can do that. Thank you for reminding me about that one. So we'll reroll for the wisdom. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's 4. Okay, so
I want to be like Candy's like a drunken master and she moves around a lot, but she's not. She's just like, she tucks in. She's a boxer.
all right, so I can see this one because you actually did some good damage to her. So I can see her trying to lunge for you and in her injury and trying to go for you and you dodging out of the way. She just sort of falls forward and misses completely. That's going to bring us then to Red, and Red is going to go after Willow, correct? You're the one who threw that first ray at her. She is slowed a little bit, so let's see what we get going here. Oh!
That was assuming the wisdom save.
Oh, everyone gets it? It wasn't just a Candy?
Just Candy.
Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the
Oh,
word
that's right.
will attack.
Okay, so yeah, we'll call that the wisdom, which does that make it? I'm saying 22 then?
Oh, yes. Are they attacking Candy?
No, they're good. This one,
Yeah.
Red's going for Willow.
So only,
Oh, then you didn't have to make the wisdom save.
only
that's-
Candy is sanctuaried.
Okay, so then that's what I thought. It was only Candy. All right, so then Willow, she's getting you with a with a 20. You do have rerolls too. Don't forget. Yep. Because that's a crit. Shall I reroll?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll use it on
Let's re-roll that one. Oh, okay. So does a 13 hit?
It meets.
It does? Okay. So then you are going to be taking... She's going to lunge at you with her dagger, and you're going to take 5 points piercing. And that leaves us the brunette, who... She has not been struck yet. She's actually going to try and go, however, for Candy, though, because she saw her sister getting hurt by Candy. So we'll do the wisdom. Clearly, she's not that bright. And same thing. She's going to lunge forward. And I have a feeling it was more Candy being able to dodge out of the motion of it again because she's just so darn agile. And now that takes us to the Marquise.
Okay, I'm gonna use my font of magic to cast Quicken Spell. Yes, Quicken Spell, and I'm gonna cast Bless. So all three of y'all are able to add D4 to your attacks or saving throws. I kind of forgot I can target more than one person. Didn't matter before because I cast the wrong spell. And with my actual action, because Quicken Spell turns Bless into a bonus. My actual action, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on Blonde, I'm going with. And they need to make a 15 Wisdom saving throw.
At least a 15 wisdom. Okay, let's see what she gets. Nope.
So they take 2d12 damage.
Oh, let's see what happens with this one.
I rolled bad, so they take a whopping 5?
5?
5?
Don't you have a reroll?
I used it.
You have two.
used
You have 2 more since then. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. I got new ones.
Yeah.
Oh, do I get to reroll both my damages, or how's that work with reroll?
Use the one reroll for your damage.
Perfect. Okay. 10. That's at least double.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with the 10 instead. I like that a lot better. Okay, so Blondie, now she's looking hurt at this point. She's not moving as fast as she was. She's definitely not graceful anymore. In fact, she's kind of starting to double over a little bit. So that brings us back around to the top, and we're facing Candy.
They have now attacked. Katie doesn't really care if they were responsible or not. So she's gonna go in first with her regular attack.
Okay.
With a 25.
Absolutely.
Going for Blondie with 6 points of damage, just fine.
Okay. Okay. And
Fine.
there's a little bit of blood starting to drip out of the side of her mouth. She's definitely looking not as lithe and graceful as before.
Are you gonna start talking yet? When she doesn't respond, she
won't.
You know what? The other one has attack. I don't have to hit the same target, so I'm going to. She's gonna the brunette, right? The redhead was stabbing with the dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm right here," and punch the redhead who was stabbing with the dagger because she doesn't want Willow to get hurt. Willow looks very delicate.
Okay. So go for it.
The 12.
It's going to miss.
Damn it.
Add D4 to that.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Javier, go for it.
Yes. Sweet.
Oh!
13.
Nope, you still miss.
Curses.
You do have a reroll, though. You said you were saving it for punching things.
And this is punching a thing.
I do have a reroll. Let's do it. I'm gonna use my reroll.
Okay.
So reroll my unarmed. 15.
Okay, you do hit this time.
Okay. For 7.
Okay.
And then she's gonna double down on that one with my unarmed bonus attack, which I totally forgot that I do. I get 3 attacks a turn because monks are great. Forgot about that. So she's gonna be like, "I'm right here," and just like punches her in the kidneys because she turned away from her, presumably.
Okay.
That's that.
Gonna
Well,
miss.
let's see.
No, you throw in your just
Does a
hits.
14 hit?
Just
It
hits.
just hit. Yes.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna spend 1 key point to make this a stunning strike.
Yes.
So that she has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned
Okay.
for the redhead.
Yep. Let's see what
Don't-
she's gonna get.
Hit my friends.
She gets a 17 total on that one.
Shoot. What was the DC again? It's 8 plus my proficiency bonus plus wisdom. So it's 8 plus 6. 14. So she succeeds. It should be. I think it's because monks have a DC set, and it's 8 plus proficiency bonus plus wisdom.
Okay. So what is that total again?
8 plus 6 would be a 14.
14, and she got a 17, so
But she succeeds.
she succeeds it. Okay.
Damn. She's not knocked out.
She's not.
But
All
she
right.
still takes the damage.
She takes the damage. There we go. And that damage was.
I didn't roll it. 9.
You didn't roll. There you go. I was gonna say the damage was. All right. She's also now not looking all that great. And you can see the brunette starting to look concerned for her two sisters, to the point where she's actually not sure which one to go towards first. And now that brings us to Willow.
Okay. So Willow's gonna look around. She's gonna see that 2 of them are not looking so great, but one of them looks pretty healthy. And I think she sees her looking back and forth between the two to try and decide who she's gonna help.
Mm-hmm.
And she decides we're gonna discourage help. And she's gonna go ahead and they should all be within touch distance, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
This is a 15 feet cone. Just gonna cast Burning Hands on the brunette.
Okay, what's the damage for the cone? It's like,
It's 15 feet.
is it like a 5 foot?
It's a 15-foot cone.
You're gonna hit all 3 of them doing that then.
Okay. So that hits then.
Does it target all creatures in the cone?
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. Get nasty.
yeah.
Cool. Is there a save I get to make?
Into
Because I'm
first
in melee with them. Like, I will automatically say that
Dex
I am.
save.
Okay.
Okay,
Dex
cool.
save.
You
Okay.
need to add D4 to your saves.
Yeah.
Cool. Candy seeing the fire, 23.
She's good.
Woo! Oh, wait a minute.
So it's how much? For some reason, 3d6.
Is it half damage on a save?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it rolled the damage, okay? Looking at it, that's 3d6 damage.
I had to manually input.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
When did it
It's
pop?
fine. I'm used to it.
All right, what did it come up? Because I have roll. There we go. I was going to say it's lagging on me. 11. Okay, so they're all taking 11.
Fire.
Take
Fire.
half.
Okay.
So I take
As well as the fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Okay. Well, then the dance floor is a little singed.
hot.
Okay.
Oof.
So Blondie is looking terrible at this point. The brunette is now looking slightly weakened, and our redhead, she's now looking like she does not have as much get up and go either, as a result of this well-aimed blast of fire.
So do you guys really want to keep this up?
Give me. Do you want to do persuasion or intimidation? I'm gonna leave that one up to you.
I think... it really doesn't matter, so we'll go for persuasion.
And you have the bless still on, right?
I believe so.
Bless
With
Bless
that.
is an hour.
helps for this, but
Okay.
what if it did?
That's what I'm thinking.
Put up your dukes. I don't know.
Okay. What do you want to say to them?
Well, she did say the thing.
Oh, you want to speak? Okay. So, the brunette is actually, she's looking at her two sisters, and you can tell she's getting more concerned about their well-being than anything else. What about the toads? And they're not speaking together anymore.
Well, if you know anything about them, we'd like to know about that. If not, I think it's rather unfair that you're sitting here charming patrons here.
She's going to look to her two sisters, and they're really not looking too grand. How many got in?
I'm not sure. I know one got into the room we were in. There were two trying to get in through the kitchen. We heard several explosions while we were in our room that were outside of it. I have no idea.
At least some damage was done.
And she's going to clasp her two sisters' shoulders, and they all disappear in a mist.
Didn't BB do that?
And all that's left is a singed area where you hit them with your burning hands.
Bunch of dumb Doras. Okay.
And lo, the evil was removed from the club. And their noble warriors did succeed in their munitions and their municipalities. And I'm going to do this for 10 minutes as I cast Prayer of Healing
God.
on my party.
I handed Willow a garlic knot as a way of congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Everyone receives
Delicious.
9 HP.
No.
So after the good friar has finished his lovely speech, you're feeling a little bit better, which is great. And then suddenly, near the front door, you see BB walking through in the reception area.
Sorry, what does the friar's speech do again? Sorry.
Restores 9 HP.
Yeah, you got 9. You got 9 HP back.
Couldn't have got 10.
No, you got the 9. So you see BB walking back in.
As I see her, I run over to the dance floor and start wiping it with my foot as I cast Mending.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation.
Same.
So I love this. So I was like, Mom's back. Let's fix this because Mom's back and everything's nice and clean. So she's actually going to walk in, and you see her speaking to Evie, and you see Evie's kind of like talking with her and nodding her head, and then she's pointing over in your direction, and BB beelines it towards the four of you. And she's going to come up. She's, a rumor has it that you've had a rather interesting evening.
Yeah.
Oh, slightly.
Yep.
Tell you what, how about you catch me up on what happened, and we can go to my private quarters to have this conversation.
Is this a third bar? Is this the most exclusive third bar?
Honey, that was the one downstairs. This is my study.
Oh, we were in that room.
Yes. Please do follow me up the stairs.
And she's going to take the other staircase going up and basically lead you into her private study, which is just sort of like a comfortable library. And there's some cushy seats and everything. And she sits down at a desk and she kind of has her fingers steepled as she's looking at the four of you. Do you sit down? Do you stay standing?
Candy's full of energy, so she's gonna like stand and fidget.
Can I AC Slater a chair and turn it around and sit backward style? Please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Go for it. What about Willow and Robert?
Willow's gonna stand. She's gonna look pretty sheepish about it too, because she's pretty sure she actually ended up doing a bit more damage than anything else with that whole, oh hey, I'm gonna burn everything in the
Dance floor off flambe.
Robert is taken aback by the Marquess's nimble way of sitting on a chair backwards, and he thinks, you know what? I bet that's exactly what would make me more popular to the kids at the church ceremonies if I sit backwards on my chair. That'll make me right down with the kids, yes.
I look over and I switch my chair back to normal.
That's perfect. So she's looking at you. You can tell she's not exactly thrilled.
So if I'm to understand this correctly, not only were there some exploding amphibians, but there was also a trio of interlopers that got away.
Yeah. Your wards failed.
Well, no, I wouldn't say necessarily that it's the wards failed.
50 gold pieces.
And she glares at the Marquez.
What do you mean by that?
She means she's docking pay.
What? We didn't do anything wrong.
Oh,
You said
darling.
we just had
Now
to-
you're down to 100.
What are you talking about?
She asked for an explanation on what happened, not excuses.
Exactly. You get an additional 50, dear.
That's not fair.
Oh, it's quite fair in my world, darling.
This is honestly not because I'm the one that burned the dance floor.
That's a good point.
Was it completely on fire or just singed?
It was cinched.
That's
It
easily
could've
taken
worse.
care of.
So as we were sitting down to our dinner, there was this frog on the deck that we tried catching, and then we had the bright idea to, well, punch the thing, and that's when we discovered the toads explode. And then we heard a couple more explosions upstairs, so we went upstairs, and they were coming in from the lake through the kitchen.
All right.
So we had the kitchen, they'd already shut down the kitchen, but we also had them place people at the front door, and I went and spoke with Sebastian at the front and said, let's keep this one closed as well so that we don't have anyone else going through. And the whole idea was to find people that aren't regularly here and talk to them first. And so we talked to the general, and we talked to a really nice gentleman that likes to hang out in the corner and be left alone. And then these three ladies on the dance floor were the other three we were told might be a bit suspicious. And so we decided to Candy decided to go talk to them. And they charmed her, and I said, okay, that's not her. She wasn't herself at all. So, well, we went over, and they wouldn't let go of their hold on her, and so I told them to, and we kind of started fighting.
All
I
right.
punched them a lot, but not enough.
Did they take responsibility for the toads?
They
Made
certainly,
it sound like it at the end.
Yeah, I think so.
they did sound like it, yes. And I don't mind telling you, the ducking frog went off in my face.
Oh, that is a shame. Well, I must say, it was handled in a rather thoughtful approach in terms of making sure everything was secured. So, my compliments on that approach. Quite frankly, I'm slightly disappointed that the 3 girls got away. Did you
You
notice
got a
anything?
way of tracking them. I will finish it off.
And again, you said just defend the place, so them being gone is totally fine by me.
Do you want to lose another 50?
I don't.
Close your mouth right now, boy. Boy,
I'll take
if you want to keep any money,
We defended.
and just go after them. No? Right.
oh, that wasn't a no. That was not a no at all. I actually rather like the idea. And then as she's sitting there thinking, you suddenly hear this yipping sound coming from downstairs. And she sits back. One moment. And you see her stand up and open the door. And she goes out of the room. And you hear the thing going, yip, yip, yip. And suddenly people start screaming.
Okay.
And you hear this chaos happening downstairs. And BB is standing there. So BB's standing at the balcony looking down, and she turns to the 4 of you and she says, if you take care of this, I have a feeling you're going to have to keep him safe based on Sebastian's reaction right now.
Oh no, what happened?
You'll each get 200 gold pieces, and you can leave tomorrow without any further worries. And as you're looking down over the balcony, the cute little puppy that Sebastian had in his basket is now about the size of Clifford the Big Red Dog in the middle of the lounge area. And we're going to leave it at that.
No.
Welcome to BB's.
Oh boy, what fun. The...
I want to argue for the next 8 minutes about how you wronged me out of my money based on our terms.
And he's
but you
jumping
know,
over the balcony.
Not important.
You might be a party of 3 if you keep it up with BB.
The friar would follow Candy, despite the fact she seems quite unholy. He saw the way that his god smiled upon her when he cast Sanctuary, and she did not get hit once, so he's seen a sign. Anyway, that's the end, right? There's nothing
That's
more.
the end for
That's
now,
the
yeah.
end. We're here at the end of the show. Thank you so much, everyone. What a fun game. And thank you, chat, as well. Extremely generous
Yes.
tonight.
Oh my
Wonderful.
Insanely.
Insanely indeed. Let's go round again, this time in reverse order, and talk. Let us know who you are, where we can find you online. I'll post the links as we go, and what your favourite part of today's show was. Let's start with Pixie. TornPixie, good job.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm TornPixie. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as TornPixie Twitch. You can find me here on Twitch as TornPixie. As well as I run a podcast, and yeah, God, sorry. Having a little bit of stuff going on here. Favorite moment would have to be, honestly, when the Marquess did out the vampire. Just because, we had this idea of how things were gonna go. And then it didn't. He was totally gonna flirt, and just all the flirting failed.
I still can't believe that me saying pain, right, didn't work. Because a poet. But you're totally right.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Pixie. Let's go round. We'll come to you at the end, V. Well, let's go round next to TimLanning. Oh, hi.
Hello. You can follow me on Twitter at TimLanning. On the Twitch, I'm at Geekly Inc. That's the content creation network I co-own. We're doing a 24-hour Tabletop Day charity stream on April 27th to benefit the Trevor Project. So we would love it if y'all would stop on by. If y'all are over at PAX East, please say hello. And the podcast I am on is Drunks and Dragons. I'm much less of a Twitch person, more of a podcast person, but it's Drunks and Dragons. Just look up games, and we are there.
I'm muted. There we go. Pro streamer. Thank you. Did you have a favorite moment?
Oh shit. Sorry. A lot of them. I'm gonna steal the easy one of this. The first time that V asked us if or asked Candy if she smashed the frog with the duck, because you could tell there was something to that frog, but obviously it got nasty. So yes.
Fantastic. I just see someone in the chat, Tevin Tell's podcast saying, so that's what Tim looks like.
Oh yeah.
Next around, we have Random Tuesday. Lauren, oh hi, suffering from flu, really?
I was. Oh my goodness. I was sick for like 5 days starting last week on Sunday. So I'm doing much better. You can find me in the internet pretty much all the places. Random Tuesday, Twitch, Twitter. I also stream RPGs on other channels. I'll be running one tomorrow morning using the Masks system, superhero-y goodness over on Roll For It. My favorite moment, I think, was either grabbing the crotch frog, or so who am I here to kill, as one of the best ways I've ever introduced who my character is. And also, Candy, why don't you go do social interaction? There's no way it will go horribly wrong.
Absolutely wonderful. Before we go to V, my favorite part, I'm torn. There were so many. Either the conversation with the general, where, like, I thought it was going to go really badly, and then it went well, and then the juxtaposition with, we thought the Marquess was going to do really well, and it totally went bad. I really liked that whole switch.
Charisma.
Who knew? Who knew it?
I had 8.
The bless I cast on you, obviously.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. V, why don't we go to you?
So yeah, hi everyone. I'm V. I'm the Crafting Muse. I have a channel over on YouTube where you can find out how to make tabletop terrain, how to paint miniatures, and make game accessories for all of your tabletop game needs. I absolutely loved how you all played out your characters, each and every one. I actually like the fact that, Tim, you took yours and you started fighting with BB at the end.
I'm still mad. I'm not gonna
No one's ever done that with her before. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun to do. So that was for me. I was just like, oh, I like this. Let's have some fun. So I like that part. I loved Candy with how she's like, nope, we're done with the general.
Yeah,
that was just so perfect. She's like, yeah, goodbye. Nope, we're out of here. And
punching him in the face.
That was just it. It's like, okay, she controlled herself there totally. But it was so much fun to see you playing it out and how you're like, okay, we've gotten our information. I'm done with this creep. So that was a beautiful thing. And I just like the way Willow had this way of connecting with Sebastian. I thought it was just so sweet with the puppy. And the fact you're just like, okay, I won't tell anyone about the puppy. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I realized my mistake. I had a doggy named Beauregard when I was little.
Oh,
it's like
soft spot. Little soft spot for him. And Scrat, I loved the friar and his bombastic sermons. That was just, you threw verily into it. That was just perfect.
Who knew I could do biblical? Who knew?
Hey.
Thank you so much, V. I had so much fun. That's it. That is the 12-hour stream done. We have done the 12-hour stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and playing with us in this last session. Thank you for all the love and everything you've thrown out today. I'll get the bot to spam you with some more links and things. It gives you all of our social links, all of the places. Oh, that's the new thing, is the Streamlabs merch. We've just set up the new Streamlabs merch thing, so you can now go and get our things on a shirt through Streamlabs rather than Redbubble. Also, there's sponsor information in there. Big shout out to Mage Hand Press and Bird and the Storm Publishing, who make the stream possible. And we've also got some 10 to 15% discounts on the websites on the last link, on the last chat post thing, which you can find out more information about below the screen. Thank you very much, everyone. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions, and we will see you on Monday when we start our finale week. Pretty much every episode next week is finales, and I'm sure that sigh from Pixie about our Monday Conan game was not telling at all. I didn't leave them in peril. They're fine. Everything's fine. See you later, everyone. Bye! OBS delay.